decided to head out from Winterhaven head out from Orcus towards Winterhaven at a normal pace. It was getting pretty dark because you guys were given the ultimatum of leaving Orcus before dark, so you actually left quite late. By the time night was coming in, you came to the fisherman you had met previously, and the smell of fish sort of enticed you over. His wife wasn't anywhere to be seen at first. He told you he was out on a boat. It turned out that his wife was actually aghast, and things got pretty ugly from there as they tried to sort of attack Tara and Tenton. Oh boy. Yeah, and like he was there just clashing his sort of pans together, trying to make any sort of distraction so that his wife could sort of get her meal for the day, so to speak. But you took care of them pretty quickly. You did discover another 2 young adventurers that seemed like they met a worse fate than you, part of their body sort of eaten. And then Ashby gained inspiration for having a slight conversation with Tinkanaka's side and just explaining, Wand of Entangle, you should probably do something with that, like, not, you can have it, decide what you want to do for it. I was going to start business, but not anymore. Savina also gained inspiration. Because she got Shay involved in some shady shit when she decided to test. Decided to test the waters of Nightcaller. But your experiment, should we say, was cut short when Volatoy awoke Kanaka, and then Kanaka awoke everyone else by just rummaging in, sort of crashing over the pans and pots that had been left behind by the fishermen, causing you, Savina, to stop sort of concentration on the spell and dispel any bad effects before you were sort of found out. Shay has not, as of yet, decided to tell anybody, and Kanaka has not addressed the issue either. Your rest sort of went without any problems. You guys eventually started to journey into the Hullack Forest. The sort of Viridian trees are sort of gently bustling from the sort of refreshing summer breeze. You can see that the sky was sort of draped in gradients of reddish orange to sort of soft indigo, where the sun was able to sort of penetrate through the thick canopy. But as you sort of move forward, you always had the feeling that there was something lurking or encroaching within the forest, that there was potential for threat abounds. As you made your way along the east way, sort of late afternoon time, you came across what appeared to be a injured scouting party, led by someone that you now know to be known as Silesh. It appeared that they were telling the truth and that they were being chased down by specters and walking corpses and all this sort of horrible stuff. So you guys are sort of preparing yourself for battle as like all these different noises and you sort of seeing skulls and stuff in the forest, and sort of arrows were firing overhead. But eventually a sort of thick blanket of fog came in upon the cart area, and it turned out their true intentions were revealed as they tried to rob you of some of your possessions. After which, we'll call them bandits from this point, the bandits sort of made a run for it, and you guys were left facing off against Silesh, who was just sort of, he kind of put you guys to shame, to be honest with you. You were having a bit of a difficult time with him. He seemed to be enjoying stuff. He was quite cocky, quite brash, had a quite sort of sly grin on him. And Tara, you'll remember sort of getting the sense of sort of wet dog from him as well. Eventually, a sort of Tiefling seemed to pop out from nowhere and mentioned to Silas that, it's time to go. We got what we need. And eventually, they made their escape on horseback. You guys decided not to follow. And that's essentially where we left you guys. You had disarmed the trap that was seemed to be some sort of net trap within the path. I believe Volatoy scouted ahead, and he found a grove-like area just off the road, a couple of 100 feet ahead where you guys are. And as long as is that where you guys want to head for the evening?
Yeah, I think
Yes, I
so.
believe so.
Right?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
We have to go
At this
somewhere.
point, sort of night is sort of breaking in. So I'll move you to the map.
Oh, no.
That's never good.
And by this time, you can see that it's getting pretty dark now. The grave that you've come into, it seems to have a sort of almost fey-like presence. As these sort of small clouds scattered within the grave that seem to be just clouds of sort of starlight. They have a sort of mystical property to them, and the grave is inhabited by these sort of wide, old oak trees as well.
If it is dark, Alex, I would have cast light on my shield.
40 feet to 20?
Yes.
Okay, cool. You should be able to see
That's good. Thank you.
So by this time, night is really starting to set in. Is there anything that you guys would like to take care of before you sort of set camp for the night?
Well, that bloody sucked, guys.
It really did.
I thought there was something off with that man. But he was so charming.
He looked nice.
It's not every day you just meet a soldier in the middle of a weird wood, you know?
Yes, I know.
Probably should have taken that as the first sign.
Probably.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure his dishonesty will be met with what is deserved.
We can hope. But
Well,
we have to be more wary from now on.
we looked pretty pathetic.
We did.
Well, you did. And then I did. And then, yes, we all did.
Yes, we are good.
It's just how cocky he was, and he kept smiling. And I really want to fight him.
Well, I thought you were gonna say something else.
I feel like we got a little too cutesy there. Trying to do a little too much fancy things to stop him from whatever it was he was doing.
Yes.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe he's the type.
Maybe we shouldn't have gotten
violence.
involved at all.
Well, we just got to learn from our mistakes.
Nothing we can do about them now.
Of course.
That is true.
We have a job. We can't let one little hiccup really get us down.
And whatever's going on in Winterhaven is far more important than what happened in these woods.
Yes.
But how are we supposed to fight whatever is in Winterhaven if we can't even take care of a band of bandits?
Well, we could have taken care of the bandits if we were aware. Or at least aware that what is coming in Winterhaven is dangerous. And I think it serves as a reminder for tonight that if we are going to camp, we need to be aware that there's still a lot of danger out there.
Sorry.
Holy cow!
What the hell?
All these weird noises and stuff. The danger just feels really real at this point.
We're under attack.
No.
Give them our
difference
So,
with Haven is that we have more information, so we're not going in blind at least.
That is true. But Kay didn't really see that much detail, did she?
No, but we know that there's a cult. We know that they contacted Belak, and that they will probably be our first people of interest.
But if it's an entire cult, how many people is that?
I've never really encountered a cult.
Okay. Well, me neither.
How many is a cult?
Well, it's not enough to be noticed.
It's usually like 12, you know. Good general number.
They're still recruiting, judging by the letter from Belak. So, you know, it's early on in their day.
Should we infiltrate them?
Ooh.
I'm more worried
Maybe
right
they
now about
want to
getting out of
recruit
here.
us. Yeah, that is true.
And also, we're kind of an odd bunch. What if they have they have rules about who they let in?
Definitely not a cleric of another order, that's for sure.
Yes. What if they don't like non-humans? I don't know. I'm assuming too much. I know. Just because Belak was human.
Why would
Savina's
they
turn.
not like non-humans?
I don't know. You get some cults like that sometimes.
That's true.
Not just cults, though.
Yes.
I think while this has all been going on, Kanaka's probably just sort of had enough of the day and just gone and plunked herself in the cart, put her sort of bedroll down, and is settling into the cart for the night for a night's sleep.
Right.
Poor things all
We'll
wore
just-
out.
We'll discuss what needs to be done in the morning. I,
Yes.
for one, am excited to sleep within the wood again. And he'll go over to a tree and kind of just slump down.
Okay, so I've got Ash and Urmon down for first watch, unless you guys want to change that up.
That's fine.
Okay, so he didn't go over to the tree and slump down. His eyes were he's looking.
The guys have to stick together. We're outnumbered severely.
Severely.
I walk over to
I
Savina.
just realized last session.
You're outnumbered. No, I walk over to Savina and put my arm around her neck and say, "We will take the second watch, and I'll take the third if it's necessary."
And
Okay.
Hullack will be out for all three.
Obviously.
Or roll 4.
However many.
How many we need?
Okay, so if you guys want to put yourself in a position where you want to sort of go to your rest or start your sort of watch.
Is it possible to like go
Position
onto the
like
tree
this.
stumps?
So these aren't stumps; they're actually massive trees.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm just...
Is Ash's light for everybody else working?
No,
I can't
Okay.
see it. No.
I can't see
Uh,
anything and I'm scared.
Anything.
Oh, I can see everything.
Oh,
but-
sorry, that's
you
Yeah, I
my
have
can
dark
see it.
vision?
Okay, cool.
Oh,
That's
okay,
Yeah.
there we go.
That's much
There we
better.
go. I
I
think
can
Ermorn
give you
would
guys
watch
like
me.
bed rolls if you want.
Ooh, fancy.
Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that grass texture.
Wow.
Yeah, this is another map courtesy of Jason as well.
Woo!
Thank you, Jason.
You're the best. Around.
Taking this seriously.
Nothing's ever gonna keep you down.
So as Ashby Ermon, you see as the rest of your party seems to settle into sleep, Aki's sort of snoring away against his tree. And you notice there's a slight shift in the temperature as it gets a little bit colder.
Oh no.
Ermorn appreciates that. You know, maybe we should hold his nose or something. Snoring such as that is an attraction of all kinds of manner of things.
I'm afraid if we hold his nose, he'll just wake up and make even more noise.
Fair. Guess we'll just have to keep a better watch than what I had intended.
Did you plan on taking a nap during your watch, Ormor?
Well, this weather has got me quite calmed. I was hoping to be able to relax a bit.
Now that you mention it, it is getting a little chilly. What?
Could just be the night.
That's true. Just
Is it an unnatural cold, or is it just getting dark?
You may make a perception check.
There's more.
Yeah, you're quite familiar with natural cold. You know, that's your thing. You know, that's your element. This has an unnatural feeling to it. It kind of has. It gives you guys a bit of like chill of the grave vibe as well.
I mean, that I still stand by what Ermorn says, but I just wanted to check.
okay. I don't know. I don't do well with the cold. I mean, I'm used to hot places in the forge and whatnot. This is... And I pulled my cloak a little bit around me to try to stay warm.
It does seem a bit colder than your average night, I guess.
As you guys are discussing, a beautiful apparition appears before you.
That is not
beautiful.
That's what you said. Okay.
Its wispy form, luminous, sort of appears from this sort of cloud of stars. And you can see its hollow eyes seem to be dark with anger as it hisses. No one will ever know you died here! And I need you all to roll initiative.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Even
Wait.
the ones that are asleep?
Yeah, some of us.
Yeah,
Don't
even
be
the ones
surprised.
Okay, yeah. Oh fuck. That's bad.
Damn. Okay, good. Oh,
Ooh.
Damn,
damn,
Savina.
Savina.
Too bad y'all asleep.
Unfortunately, you are asleep. Okay, so that means that... Oh, I need to roll for Volatile as well. And I need to roll for Kaya. Oh, damn, this is gonna be... I need to roll for Urki. Fuck me.
Yeah, go for it.
Also, you need to put in Kelly and change Savina back to her original.
Okay, now this is a lot of work.
I didn't sign up for all this bullshit.
I vote familiars just go with their masters from now on.
Yeah.
Right, what have we got here?
It'd be less
It'd be
work.
way easier for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go on. You can just have Callie act on the same turn as you. If I put this one isn't twice then. Okay. Okay, cool. So that's good. Okay, cool. Uramon, this sort of wispy, ethereal-like form has appeared before you. Premonition, your death.
He'll stand up and kind of like grab his sword from the tree trunk that he was sitting upon, and look over to Ash. Never killed one of these before, and he'll hesitantly charge it and take a very awkward swing through its form.
Okay. Oh yeah, cool.
The only reason we didn't kill that bandit leader is because Urmorn couldn't get to him. Let's be honest.
You just take shaft spike and you just slash through its ethereal form. You feel as the blade goes through it, you feel it slow slightly, but you see as its ethereal form seems to tear as you take the sword through it, and the sword just sort of flashes. She lets out this sort of horrible wail as you attack him.
It can be cut like normal folk.
Okay, would you like to do anything else?
Unless I can take like a bonus action to just yell really loud to wake the rest of people up, but I think you have to like slap them awake.
Yeah, so it's like an action to
Yeah,
slap them
okay,
awake,
that's fine.
unfortunately. Okay, Urki is asleep. Volatoy's going to go with 4K, and he's going to use his action to wake her the fuck up with a...
Yeah, well done.
Okay. So, what do we want Karnaka to do?
Well, she
Eldritch
fucking
Blast.
hates ghosts.
Yeah.
So
She's gonna cast Eldritch Blast because she
Eldritch
woke up scared as
Blast.
hell.
So we see as Karnaka just sort of comes to. She comes to very quickly because Volatoy's woken up, so she knows something's wrong, and she instantly sees this sort of ethereal figure in front as sort of Uramon takes your sword through her form, and she just instantly just sort of jumps off. Eldritch Blast released.
Nice.
damn.
Okay, yeah, cool. And you see as the Banshee takes the full sort of brunt of the hit Uramon ahead of you.
Yeah. Fucking head ghosts. That was my bad Karnaka impression.
And as it does, you can see that there's usually some sort of illusion magic which gives it sort of this sort of quite beautiful visage, but as it's sort of hit by its eldritch blast, you can see that its face is actually seems to be wreathed in a sort of wide tangle of hair, and it seems to have this sort of mortal elvish features, but some of the sort of skin seems to sort of peels away from its eye and sort of stuff. And its sort of rags just sort of flutter and stream around it as it takes the brunt of Karnaka's attack.
I think Kay will also get down from the cart and hide behind it and the tree.
Behind the tree or the car? I think she's
Like
definitely gonna
both
hide
of
behind the
them.
tree.
Like, just like,
Yeah, she'd be as far away from it as possible.
yeah, just like,
Yep.
She's probably like fuck.
Exactly. Yep.
Shay, you can make a perception check with disadvantage because of Volato's core.
Okay.
Oh, actually, you have a passive
Oh.
perception of 15, yeah?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so Volato's core will probably wake you up as well.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's probably enough noise for you to wake up. You're only being in a trance as well, so you'll be having more awareness of the outside world anyway.
Alright, alright.
So you may act.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, that's okay. Alright, so I'm just gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's probably enough. And just for fun, I haven't done this in a while. I'll throw a produce flame at it.
Cool.
Nice.
Yay!
Yeah, cool.
Man, we on
So you
point
just-
tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go now.
those rolls.
You build up this sort of small little flame,
Mhm.
flick it towards this visage of this sort of form. You see as it's sort of engulfed into its form. It seems to lurch back at first, but it seems to just engulf the flame into its body.
Mm,
Ashby,
That's
you're
it.
being faced down by this ghostly visage.
Ah, crap. As I begin to move forward to get a more clear shot, my hammer will start to glow a bright orangish red as I will cast Guiding Bolt. I have 1 second level left, so let's try this.
Nice.
That's that 1 extra damage. Woo!
Oh, still.
Oh, it matters. Okay, yeah, cool. Remind me what your guiding bolt looks like again.
My hammer starts to glow a bright orangish red, and I make a motion to throw my hammer like it's Mjolnir, but it stays in my hand, and an image of the hammer shoots forward at the little spectral ghost thing.
Cool, yeah, and you see this sort of hammer just seems to crash into her face. As soon as it's here, it's sort of full force and just sort of explodes upon impact. Actually, you will die here! And then she just lets out this horrible sort of anguish and wail.
No,
How is bitch alive?
that's what I was.
She's
She's a
dead.
ghost. Come on, radiant damage should have blown her the fuck up.
Oh.
Everyone.
Okay, I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw,
Oh.
apart from Karnaka.
Ooh.
She has rare idea.
That does include Molly as well.
No.
Oh no!
That does include Erky.
Oh, Arky.
Mm-mm.
Not
Okay.
Not a 10. No.
Okay, so Ashby, Savina, Molly, and Erky, you take the full brunt of this wail and the anguish and the just sort of sheer sort of morality just completely sort of plays on your mind, and your mind just shuts down and you're all reduced to 0 hit points.
What?
Fuck.
No.
What happens to Callie when you go unconscious?
She just pops.
Okay.
Well,
Callie
An
pops.
explosion.
well, actually, hold on. Callie wasn't affected, was she?
She saved, but I don't know what happens when you go unconscious. I don't know whether
She's
that breaks
actually-
your connection.
She's
or-
actually fine then.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, the
Okay, let's-
familiars don't matter if I go down.
The rest of you.
We definitely wake the fuck up from that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The rest of you take 10 damage as you feel your this well brings up all these sort of memories of the sort of difficult traumatic times within your past.
Mhm.
Your brain starts to shut down on you guys. Okay. So- She is going to try and move away at this point as well. So Ermon, you are
I
going
don't
to get
think
a
so.
opportunity attack. If you would like to.
You get advantage.
Oh, come on. Oh, I get advantage?
You do,
From
yeah, you do
Yeah.
get advantage, yeah. Because of going.
Nice.
Better.
Yes!
Ooh.
Ah, cool. You see as she begins to move her form through you. And as she does, you sort of just turn around and just bring Shatter Spike up through her back. There's sort of a puff of smoke as a bomb just sort of disappears in front of your eyes.
Oh, thank God.
Oh,
However, as you look around, you notice your allies appear to be badly injured by the presence of this creature that you just fought. And Sabina, I need you to make a death saving throw. Fail. Tara, you are awake now.
Yeah, she's gonna jump up and just like say, Maddox, Mason, I'm gonna kill you. What the hell is going on?
The worst part is it just looks like I never woke up.
Yeah, that's true.
The threat is dispatched, but we have plenty of people that need some help.
Okay. Well, can I see who is sleeping? Well, who looks like they're sleeping and who looks like they're actually down?
I mean, Savina probably looks like she's still sleeping.
Yeah, and then Shay is also down, right?
no, I'm up.
No, Chase alive.
Okay,
Um,
so I knew Ash was actually on watch. So
No, not necessarily.
why not?
Well,
Oh,
should
yeah,
I
sorry,
know
you
I was
would know
on
he was
first
on watch.
watch?
Yeah, sorry, yeah, sorry.
I
yeah,
know
you're
he
correct.
was on watch, so I know he's
Yeah.
down because you shouldn't be.
But you don't know
sleeping.
what time it is, though. You don't know when you've been woken up.
Watermorn's still
True.
up, so
Uramon is still up, yeah.
Well, it will be my guess. So I will walk over, and I'll pour a potion of healing down his
Cool.
throat.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I don't know what you have to roll. It's like
2d4
2d4, I think.
2d4
2d4
plus
2.
2.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you roll it or do I roll it?
Oh, sorry, yeah, you can.
I was just waiting. And
I
I'm
was just like
nothing's
waiting for you to
happened.
roll it.
that's
Sorry, yeah, no, you
I'm
can
passed out. I'm not rolling shit.
roll. Yeah,
Sorry,
sorry,
can
you're
I roll it?
administering the potion, so you can roll.
Okay. Six.
Okay, cool, yeah.
Oh.
Ashby, you feel this sort of nectar going down your throat. as you feel life run back into your veins and your bones.
Oh, I probably see Molly on the ground, and so I immediately will. Well, if we're still in combat, I'll wait until my turn. But That's
Ermor,
what I'm
that
running.
brings us round to you.
Yeah.
Aramorn is just kind of looking around. Shay, can you check on Savina? I'm gonna check Urki. Where's Kanaka? And he kind of shouts out for her as well.
You'll probably Kanaka will probably just sort of put her head around this tree.
All
Give
right,
you
he
away
just
with her
gives
stuff.
he gives a nod and then checks to see if Urki is still sleeping or if something worse has befallen him.
You can make a medicine check. Cool, yeah. So the first thing you notice is that Urki isn't snoring, so Urki isn't asleep.
Right.
Oh, man.
You just... How would you bring him back to sort of consciousness? Because he's only unconscious, he's not dead.
Yeah, let him.
Mouth to mouth.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, you start sort of conducting mouth to mouth on him, and after a little while, you feel like this little tongue lashing out towards your mouth.
Oh God! Why?
Yes.
Oh, what are you doing? Oh.
Welcome
He
back
just-
to life, son.
He falls back to sleep.
You're right there, Ormar.
Okay.
It was quite unsettling, but had to be done.
I've never seen you run away from something.
But I've never ran until today. Also,
Okay, so what do you want Kanaka to do?
She'd probably join us at this point.
Yeah.
Ask if there's
he,
loot.
he would probably of Molly as well, because she knows how important she is to Ash.
Mhm.
So if there's anything she could do, she would.
So we want Kanaka to act vet? Is that what we're saying?
Try.
Yeah.
So he goes over to Molly's crumpled form on the floor. And apparently she knows what
Nice.
she's doing.
She's been around Molly long enough.
Yeah, she just sort of she walks over to Molly and she just sort of brushes her sort of hair back and just sort of smooths her and just talks reassuringly into her ear, and Molly does come back to consciousness. She sort of stands.
what is
Molly's
Mary
a monkey.
Poppins?
She sort of stands to her feet. Shay, what would you like to do?
She will run over to Savina, kind of glare at Callie, and kind of like kneel down next to her and kind of say, "Haven't had that talk yet, Savina. Can't go yet." And I'll cast Cure Wound. Level. There you go.
Savina, you feel as sort of life flows back into you. Well, to start with, you feel like this frosty coldness as you sort of come back to life, and Callie sort of perched on your shoulder, just sort of screaming into your ear at the same time that Shay's sort of bringing you back to life with her magic.
I put her in timeout because my first assumption is like, what did she do?
You guys are out of combat now. You do gain 157 experience for that encounter.
Ooh.
So 63 at the end.
I did it. I did math before Nina told me.
36.
proud.
1,036.
I'm very proud of you.
I'm proud of me.
That's more important.
I'm proud of no one.
Wait, is that right? 1,363.
1363, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you guys are coming sort of two after Savina. Aki, not really sure. Aki's gone back to sleep, but Savina, you're definitely not really sure what happened to you.
Yeah. I'm just like looking around, really confused.
There was a banshee, I think, or a ghost of some sort. He went down.
Made a whale seem to affect everyone.
Mhm.
Can I roll something to know if I know like exactly what it was?
Yeah, sure. You can. Arcana or religion, really, I suppose. Either or would be fine.
Do religion. Nah. Probably.
You didn't get to see it,
Yeah, so I'm just like,
so
it
it's
might
difficult, really, for you
some-
to.
type of ghost.
Spooky.
Oh, that was awful. Did you finish it or did it run away?
I was able to take it. Well, it disappeared. I don't know if that means it's dead or not, but it's gone.
It already seemed to be a little dead.
Very true. It was also preceded by a coldness. Ash would probably tell you it's unnatural.
It was very cold, yes. If we notice weird changes in the weather again, I think we need to be a little more prepared.
Yes,
We're on our guard.
That seems reasonable.
it does. We don't know these woods and what lurks in them.
Well, maybe the bandits' worry about undead wasn't quite as much a lie as we thought.
Yes.
All great stories are founded in a little bit of truth.
Mhm. Well then, now we certainly need to rest. Some of us are looking worse than we did previously.
I think most of us are looking worse than we did previously.
Yes.
Yes, that was actually pretty painful.
Everyone except for Kay.
Don't ever wish me like that.
Well. Shall we get back to
so-
resting then?
Yes,
Seems so.
please.
Cool. And the rest of the night seems to pass without any issue.
Thank God.
I do need you all to make survival checks to determine how much you're able to sort of gather from sort of natural area. Uramon and Tara, you guys can make it with advantage because you have your feature.
Yo.
Okay, I suppose I should Karnak over one as well.
So has the long rest finished?
The long rest has finished, yeah.
Woohoo.
That's good.
Cool, yeah. So the forest seems to be plentiful with game and stuff throughout the day. You're able to sort of catch a couple of squirrels, and you're able to. There always seems to be the
Delicious.
sound of water nearby, so you've got no problems stopping for a little bit, going off the track site, and gathering water throughout the day. Is there any business you would like to take care of before you guys head out for the day?
Ash will again use his blessing of the forge on his armor, bringing it back
Cool.
up to a 19.
Yep.
I'm changing my spells. I'm just looking.
Hermorn is ready to go.
Okay.
Thinking I could choose pass without a trace. That could help going through the forest, but I don't know if we need it.
We're pulling a cart.
We gotta stay on the path anyway.
Yeah, we're pulling a cart. There's only so much. How many targets are affected by pass without a trace?
I think it's within a certain range, isn't it?
Yeah, 30 feet.
Rather than it's everything within range, but you can't do an inanimate object. So,
Right. So the
Mhm,
cart's still
mhm,
gonna
okay.
make noise no matter
Yeah.
what.
Okay, that's fine. I was just wondering. And I'm good.
So you guys head out. It's starting to get to sort of late morning. Sorry, by the time you guys head out. As you guys head further into the forest, it becomes slightly more difficult for you to navigate your ways through. The canopy sort of becomes so dense that the sky almost seems to vanish, and where the strong sun, summer sun, is shining through and hitting the ground, a sort of fog is starting to build up as well, just because the difference in temperature between the underneath the canopy and above the canopy. And as you get really sort of deep into the forest, your senses start to become exemplified, and everything seems to be cool under the canopy, and the area is sort of rich with the fragrance of leaves and loom, but also damp as well. Green leaves, yellow leaves, red leaves. It's a very sort of rainbow-rich, sort of autumnal colours in the forest there. Shay, you probably are getting a lot of different sort of fragrances and stuff come through with all the different sort of varied colours as you guys pass through.
Oh, this is terrible for my sinuses.
I'm picking up leaves as we go along, like just picking up all the cool colours.
Cool. And you guys essentially managed to get through a whole day without anything seeming to bother you.
That's weird.
It's very sort of
Great
peaceful,
job,
very
team.
sort of tranquil. As sort of dusk is coming in, you guys, the path below you, it becomes less of a path and just more of a area that's more water, sort of grassy area that's separate from the sort of trees, as the path becomes more natural. And you guys manage to find a little spot just off the path where you guys think that you could potentially rest for the night. I would like you to all make perception checks for me, though.
Oh no.
Perception?
Yeah, please. Okay, cool.
All I want is to roll a 1. That's all I want.
Just before you guys sort of plan to stop, Tara, you come across. You can see there's a sort of a bow within a tree that you pass, and you see nestled within that seems to be a bundle that seems to contain something.
Oh no.
I'm gonna take it.
Oh, no.
I want it.
Cool. Yeah, you sort of reach in and you pull out this bundle, and it seems to be a set of common clothes, sized for a human adult. They have this sort of wolf fur lining to them. That when you look at it, it seems similar to that of the bandits that you met previously, and it has a sort of smell of pipe smoke, tobacco smoke to it as well.
Guys, look what I found. I think the bandits were here. Also, there's a bow in the tree.
Why would they leave their clothes?
And their weapon in a tree.
No, a bow is in.
When I mean
like,
a bow, I
the
mean that's like
bark
a
is bowed
it's
out.
like
Oh, okay.
I was confused as well.
Sorry.
Thank you.
I went from what Alex actually meant to, oh, it could be a bow.
At one point, I even pictured a finely wrapped present with like, on top.
That's where my brain went at one point.
At first, I was like, Alex is giving us a baby because Urky wasn't annoying enough.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, oh, it's a baby!
No. But yes.
It does appear to be just a set of common clothes that seem to have been discarded, but hidden away.
Yeah.
Not
But
necessarily
there's not
easy to
a
catch.
baby wrapped in them, right?
There's no baby or any
Okay.
other goods wrapped amongst them.
Okay.
Well, see,
It's odd.
they've taken some things from us. Now we take from them. Primordials make things right.
I think, but now I'm
It
just
has-
imagining there's a naked man running about the woods.
It has like wolf fur on it.
Oh. I mean, does it look nice?
I don't know, is it special? Can anybody tell?
Well, wolf fur would keep you warm, especially on the colder nights.
That is true. That is very useful.
As a merchant, could I determine how much this might be worth?
Yeah, sure. Let's you can make an investigation check with advantage.
There you go.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah. So to you, it just appears to be just common clothes that anyone would really wear. They seem to have a value of 5 silver pieces, 10 silver pieces max, because of the nice sort of fur lining that they seem to have to them.
Yeah,
But nothing special.
You're welcome to keep them.
Okay, I'll put them on.
Oh, they match your antler hat very well.
Yeah, she's just an amalgamation of everything that we fought up to this point.
There's like a red chainmail shirt, all this other stuff on. She's a myriad of colors.
Well, it's hers now.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, come on, man.
I like this.
Ooh, is this a
is
garden
why
maze
you-
over here?
That was like a maze, isn't it?
It's a grassy knoll. Hide.
Don't get
Oh,
lost
damn
in
it.
the Ramon.
Ooh, look at this rock.
It's got symbolisms.
Yeah. This one down here does too. That one looks like a face up top. It's a face with a swirly thing.
But if you are looking at the symbols on the rocks,
Uramorn is intrigued by them.
yeah, you'll definitely notice that one that really sort of stands out is appears to be a human skull, and it has a sword placed through the center of the forehead, and it's coming out at the back of the neck.
Ooh.
Okay.
I want to try that.
Which one is that?
That seems to be on both of them.
What about this one?
Has the same thing. To you, Shay, there also seem to be these sort of ruins on the inscribed into the rock as well. They appear to be druidic in nature, but they're no form of druidic that you actually understand. They appear to differ from the language that you were taught by your father.
Wait.
Could this be their lair?
I mean, doesn't look like a lair, does it?
I don't know. They
Well-
stashed their clothes here. They have symbols on rocks. I don't know.
It's written in
She has a
runes.
point. It's next to a river, which is usually good for a base.
Hmm. Do the carvings feel recent or ancient?
Make a investigation check for me. They appear to be very old.
Okay.
Like, nearly as old as the rock itself.
Ooh.
I don't think the bandits carved these runes. These seem too old. But maybe, I don't know, maybe they've been here for years, I don't know.
Aki will have a little look, and he will make a intelligence check because he ain't the brightest tool in the shed.
I'm sure
That's
it's-
not how that goes.
It is for Aki.
Hmm,
Oh,
Okay,
so
cool.
close.
interesting.
He's just sort of there. He's got his hand on his head. It's like, I swear I've seen that symbol before somewhere.
Oh
I mean, it's druidic, Urky. I don't understand it though.
no. Well, the runes are, but
I don't understand it either.
I mean, it seems to be ancient, some dialect I don't understand. Which is weird.
It's
My father taught
fascinating,
me
isn't
a
it?
lot. It is, because my father taught me all the druid languages, and I cannot seem to understand this one.
I think I'm more concerned about the fact that there's a skull with a sword through it.
Well, yes, I guess that is also.
Yeah, that's really does look ugly, doesn't it?
But I
Probably
mean,
not.
it's quite universal for what it means.
I want to try that move the next time we fight.
What? You want
I
to take a
wanna
sword
try
through?
that. Well, I can do that with my rapier. I don't need a sword.
Oh.
Well,
Alex, does it look like any like religious symbol or anything that I might know?
It doesn't have any connotations to any of the deities that you'd be aware of in the normal pantheon.
Uh-huh. That's unnerving.
What about me as a druid? Or is this like way in my field of knowledge?
well, what about from where we've traveled so much?
Unfortunately, no. None of you ever really seen any
Mhm.
symbol like this before.
It's super old.
There you go. But I mean, I guess if this wood does have the energy of the Feywild, you don't know what kind of
Oh, that's
creatures
fair.
have passed through. And there's a whole other pantheon over there. Who knows? Well, aside from spooky rocks and spooky symbols, should we rest again?
Well, we have to, don't we?
Yes.
Savina, is there anything that you want to contribute? What sort of stuff is Savina doing at this point, as the rest of them seem to be admiring these rocks?
Well, based on my, well, I guess not anymore, but more recent conversations with Shay, she's been reassured of the fact that, like, she knows that necromancers are super not okay. So now she's just like super paranoid that, like, oh, anything I might either, like, tip off or say or contribute to anything that even is remotely associated with death. Just like that smart person paranoia of, like, they're on to me, like, they know. I can't tip my hand. So she's just keeping to herself.
Okay.
So wait, does that mean Savina knows?
She
Your
knows
mom will never know.
Drinking water.
Well, it's like
Okay, so you guys-
whether I do or not, I wouldn't say anything.
So you guys are going to settle in for a long rest for the night?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to move yourself to the position where you think your characters would sort of settle in and rest, come back onto card again in a minute.
Yeah, next to Sabina.
Ash is staying near Molly.
Cool. Tara, I think you probably take the first watch.
Sure.
Nothing seems to be of any note to you. You spend a little bit of time going back to the tree with the bow and just have another sort of look in it and see whether there's any sort of other treasures. Thinking,
Yes.
why would they just leave their clothes here? There must be more.
Yes.
But nothing really stands out to you.
Mm-hmm.
Uramon takes over from you.
Mhm.
And about halfway through your watch, Uramon, from the forest to the west, you catch a whiff of damp fur and pipe smoke in the cold air, and you
Is
hear
anyone with
laughter. Uramon's on his own, I'm afraid.
He can't. Why would he take one by himself? He doesn't have dark vision.
But that's a good point. You're probably going to want to torch. So I've rolled for the
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
stuff. So
I do have torches, so it's cool.
yeah, let's
I
let's
have
give you a torch.
candles. He can have a candle.
Oh,
He can have
I have
torches.
a
Cool.
torch.
Oh, okay.
candles more atmospheric though.
He would
I'm
crush
going
a
to
candle.
turn-
It's made of wax.
I'm going to turn your light off. Yes. But you should be able to see with that torch.
Does it appear this noise and clatter is getting closer or going further away?
Yeah, you can just hear like laughter coming through the fog, and eventually, would you like to do anything as you can sort of hear this noise coming closer?
Well, if it's coming closer, he'll immediately go to shake awake Shay.
Okay, cool.
What is it?
Get the others ready. I think those bandits are about to make another appearance.
I wake up Sabina and Tara.
And then
Before you're
I'll
able to
move
do
over
that,
to-
you
Oh.
see as someone does appear from the bushes, pipe in hand.
Can I
I think
shoot
that's
him with my arrow?
that's your mom's still sort of waking you up as she sort of steps
Oh,
out.
okay.
So I don't think we'll need to awake any more of your comrades. Let's just solve this between the three of us, shall we? You give me some goods, I leave you alone. It's easy, really.
Ermorn would step to the forefront. Or we could solve it between just you and I, if you'd like that better.
You know, it's a generous offer, I must say. But and you get a sort of whiff of alcohol as well as you get this close. I don't think I'm going to take you up on that. Besides, who said I'm alone?
Ermorn just squints his eyes and looks around.
Yeah, can I roll insight, see if they're lying or not?
Yes, you can roll insight for me, Shay, and Ermorn, you can roll a perception check for me.
Oh.
Okay, let me just change this to a whisper before I give everything away.
Ooh.
Whisper, whisper.
We have whispers, guys. We have whispers.
Oh, whispers!
Okay, so Shay, you get the impression that she seems a little bit drunk, this bandit, but you don't think she's lying to you. And you do, with your passive perception as well. Ermon, unfortunately, you're too focused on the actual bandit itself. You're not really able to. You'll just keep getting distracted back to her. I want you to keep your attention on her. But with your passive perception, Shay, you do make out what seem to be dark figures moving around in the forest to the west, and just the sound of something crunching on the leaves underfoot.
Okay. I kind of eye towards Ermorn with a kind of like a serious look.
Ermorn would just speak up. Oh, go ahead.
Like I said, give me the goods, and I'll leave you alone. Easy. What have you got for me? And she sort of stretches out a little bit.
Shay, the primordials rarely offer us a second chance at our vengeance.
It's true, and these bastards really do deserve karma, don't they? I grapple
What
her.
better?
What are you gonna do, sir?
I want to grapple her.
You want to grapple her? Okay, cool. So we'll roll on
My
the
sword. Like, I want to take
All
my sword
right.
and try and hook around her.
Okay, cool.
Even though I'm not strong by like 5.
We'll resolve that, and then we'll
Oh.
do initiative. So if you want to do a grapple, I believe it's the strength of athletics check for yourself.
Okay. Please be good. I'm not good at strength. That's not good.
Ugh.
Okay, she's doing she's going to do an athletics check to try and get away from you.
Okay.
She does have disadvantage because she seems to be a little bit under the influence. But that seems to go to her. She just naturally reacts to you as you sort of lunge out and just sort of slides at her. So it's going to be like that, is it? And you see as she sort of draws her short sword, and I need you all to roll initiative.
Okay.
She's not getting her coat back.
She appears to have a coat on. So.
Damn it!
I'm waiting for the naked one to stumble out of the bushes. You took my shit!
Where's my jacket? Go.
Okay. I've got a million people to roll for him.
Good to
Remember,
know.
didn't we say the familiars were just
Wow.
going the same turn as the people?
Yes, we did. Yeah. Well, that's going to be much easier.
Now, when you say a million, do you mean like roughly a million?
Or is it like a close estimate, you know? So
Wow.
Plus
My-
minus one.
Ballpark guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Savina, I'm afraid you are still asleep at this point. So is Tara. Uramon, you are not asleep.
Uramorn will see that Shay's trying to grapple with this person and kind of understand that if we got her, it might be a bargaining chip. So he will attempt to do the same and kind of look over to Shay. Try to get the others. I'll keep this one busy.
Cool. So if you would like to make an oh Jesus.
Hey. Nice.
He just like bear hugs her.
Okay, yeah, cool. So she's just dodging away from Shane. She's just starting to sort of draw her short sword. You just immediately just sort of just clamps your arms around her, managing to successfully grapple her. This is the first time anyone's grappled anyone in my sessions, by the way.
I tried to grapple that one dude in the near that pit because I wanted to throw him away, but I failed really bad.
Now, am I correct in thinking that you are also grappled? Because you're grappling her? Does it work like that, or?
I'm pretty sure that we're technically both in a grapple.
Yeah, cool, that's fine. So both your speed becomes 0. Cool, that's pretty much it. So you guys are currently engaged in a grapple. Shay, you can see as Uramon has just grabbed hold of this bandit in front of you.
I will run for Ashby. Do they get, or is it because they're grappled, they have no chance of hitting me from that?
I believe she can still take her actions against you, actually.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think the only thing is that her speed is reduced to 0.
Alright, okay.
Oh, really?
So-
She doesn't get
Well,
disadvantage or
Yeah,
anything?
what I'll do is I'll just go to Ashby and try and wake him up.
What?
Okay, that's
What? What do you want?
I point at the person.
What?
Yeah. As you do move away, Shay, Uramon, you see she sort of tries to draw a sword again, and you just sort of clench your muscles tighter and just sort of force her. Stop
Be
her.
crushed under my biceps.
Oh my.
Pretty much.
Thanks, Ramon. So what does it cost me to wake up someone?
It's a whole action to
Whole
stop
action. Okay. Just wonder if I have like a bonus action I can do to try and wake someone up. I'm trying to see if I have anything.
Would healing them wake them up? Like if you
Would it?
bomb with them or cord them as a bonus
Yeah.
action?
I don't know. Would
I'm
We
they?
have a bonus action that deals damage.
I have birth camera, but I haven't prepared it sadly. That could have woke everyone up.
So yeah, unless you've got anything that can make a lot of noise, you can pretty much only wake one person up.
Karnaka's about to wake herself up anyway.
Yeah, probably. Can I throw something at someone? Is that, or would that take an action?
Yeah.
If you're trying to wake someone up with that,
Okay, no, that's fine. I won't bother. I'll
cool.
just...
Do you want to move anymore? You've got some movement.
I'm saying 5, 10, 15. I know that there's guys coming from down. Wait, where did you say I saw?
So it seems to be from the west.
Oh, from there. Okay. So I'm just gonna get up on the cart. Where can I get it?
Get up on the cart.
Get up on the cart.
Okay, Uramon, the bandit that you've got sort of held within your biceps is sort of wriggling around, trying to break free from your grip. If you can make another strength athletics check for me.
Damn!
Mm,
Where is all this when he's like contesting Tara?
Hit him with
Like,
the
Okay, cool. Yeah, I rolled a 19, so she almost slips out of your grip, but then you just sort of tighten your biceps again.
he just shakes his head from right to left.
No, not in my house.
Okay. Volatoya is going to wake Karnaka up, and she just sort of sees you there, Shay. I assume you've got your bow drawn at this point, potentially.
yeah, we'll say a ball.
And she's just you just see this look on her face. It's like, really? Woken up from my sleep again. We all happy for Kay to just Eldritch Blast away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean that is her signature spell.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much the only one she has.
Oh.
Oh
It's not
well,
wrong.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's difficult for Shay's Kanaka. Sorry, is still sort of a little bit asleep, and she just sort of fires off his Eldritch Blast, and you just see Uramon as it just crashes into the ground by your foot. Difficult for her to get a attack on her while you're sort of grappled together.
He looks back at her very concerned.
She just sort of shrugs, like, sorry. Ashby, you have been woken up by Shay. I can see that Uramon is grappling this bandit in front of you, and they seem to be aware that there may be danger of more.
First thing I'm going to do is climb onto Molly.
Oh.
We about to get some mounted combat right now?
Hell Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Brown.
I don't know how you want me to do that. Just pretend that I'm on top of Molly right now.
Yeah, we'll just pretend you're
Hi ho, Silver!
And then I'm going to gallop over here. Now, in doing so, she's making a lot of noise. Obviously,
She is making a lot of noise.
She's a horse or a mule.
Yes.
So, do I need to waste an action to wake up the people that I'm running by?
So
Tough one.
Mhm.
yeah, that's a tough one. So there are rules for like people waking up naturally from noise, and generally you need to have a passive perception of 15, which
Okay.
unfortunately only Shay has. But I think you can use if you want to use like a bonus action to make Molly walk sort of loudly with the potential, and we'll get everyone to make
You
a.
can just walk over us.
We'll make them make a perception check.
Okay, I can do that. Come on, Molly, loud as you can now.
Okay, so Sabina, Tara, and Urki will make perception checks.
Nope, I'm a
Damn it, Tara!
Okay, cool. So, Savina, you're woken up as you sort of turn to your left, and you see there's this massive sort of horse hoof slamming against the ground beside you. Urki also sort of just awake. Oh, what are you doing on the horses?
Tara just mumbles thing and turns around.
Looking awesome. That's what I'm doing. And then as my actual action, I will cast Bless on. I will cast Bless on Oramorn, myself, and Tara.
Sleeping Tara.
Well, I figure if nothing else,
Blissfully
Callie will wake you up
sleeping.
the next turn or something. But, you know.
Okay.
Or the feeling of my bless is just so strong that, you know.
She probably has awesome dreams now.
Look, I'm.
At this point, you notice as Ermon and Shay are kind of expecting humanoids, but you see as these three wolves approach from the west behind the hedge.
Oh no.
Are they larger than regular wolves?
No, they just appear to be normal wolves.
Okay.
You see as one darts right towards Molly.
She's not there.
Oh shit, no, yeah, that's right. Oh, fuck. In that case, it's going to dart towards Uramon.
There. She's gone.
And you just feel as its body just slams into the side of you, its teeth biting into your scales as you take 9 piercing damage.
Oh.
And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Ouch.
Eek.
Cool, yeah. You just
Nice.
sort of you feel its teeth sort of bite into your body, and you just sort of try to sort of shake it off before its weight can sort of overpower you. At the same time, another wolf sort of jumps over the hedge and sort of lunges towards you with its teeth. This time, you sort of you angle the bandit around, and you see it sort of stops hesitantly as it doesn't want to seem to injure its companion.
Well, good. That might prove to our advantage.
And the other wolf bounds towards you, Savina. As it sort of lunges towards you and grabs hold of your legs. You take 6 piercing damage. I also
Ouch.
require a strength saving throw from you.
Oh no.
GG,
Oh
fam.
no.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you would be knocked prone, but you're actually already prone because you've just woken up, so it's not really. Not really. But you can feel as the wolf's weight seems to be pressing you down into the ground. Okay. Okay. Oh! What's going on? Oh! Aki will sort of panic a little bit. He'll see that Tara's asleep, and he'll like give you a little kick. Come on, missus! We need your strength!
Orky, I'm gonna kill you!
Don't kill me! Kill them! And you see as he sort of points towards this, you see there's 3 wolves, and Uramon seems to be grabbing some within his grip. Savina, there's a wolf bearing down on you. Your ankle is starting to bleed where it's biting into you.
Yeah. Oh boy. I'm still going to go ahead and cast Dragon's Breath on Callie.
Okay.
It's going to be cold.
Cool.
Because of course it is. And Callie's gonna like flutter up above this bush and she gonna dragon breath and
Yeah, cool, that's fine. It is. Okay, so DC 14 dexterity saving throw for the wolf. Yeah, cool. So Callie goes up onto the top of the bush, and as it does, this sort of wolf puts most of its weight above you, and Callie's sort of pretty hesitant to let loose because it thinks that it might potentially damage you, and her breath seems to go off to the side a bit as the wolf doesn't take the full brunt of the attack. Cool. Would you like to do anything else?
no.
Tara,
Okay.
Becky is woken you from your slumber.
Yeah. Gonna give him a really angry look. And then move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gonna look at the wolf that is in front of. Well, she's gonna look at the wolf that is in front of Savina and say,
Yep.
"You are a very bad doggy," and cast Dissonant Whisper on it at first level.
Oh yeah. As you do that, it lets out this small whimpery sound, but then turns its head away from you and just continues to focus on what it considers to be its meal, which is
Yeah.
That's fair.
Damn it.
But it seems to be slightly enraged at this point as well,
Wow.
slightly desperate.
Sorry. Anything else? Nope. That's it.
Okay, cool. Uramon, brings us around to you.
Well, I was thinking maybe we could like intimidate them away, but I don't know. I think it's better we just kill them. So Uramorn will, as she's grappling with this girl, I'd like to body slam her into the wolf. Is this possible?
I love it.
Yeah, like just straight pick up, choke slam,
Split.
Undertaker style.
Cool,
Yep.
yeah. So what are you what are you,
I'm
you trying to
all
knock the
about
wolf
this shit.
prone or?
I'm trying to crush the wolf with a body. Prone would be fine. Whatever
You
can
make
happen.
make a athletic strength check for me.
Okay. Oh,
Oh,
come
no.
on now, really?
And you fall.
You're not fighting me. You can't.
Sort of, you go to move her against the wolf, and the wolf behind you just nips at your ankle, which just sort of picks you off at the last moment. You kind of slip, and the other wolf puts its weight against you a little bit, so you don't get the sort of momentum that you needed to do what you were trying to do.
All right. I don't have any bonus actions, so that'll be it.
Shane.
Okay, I readied my bow from before, and I'm going to fire at the wolf who is attacking Sabina.
Cool.
Give me a second. And wait. How far is this? 'Cause I'm probably short bow. Yeah, I'll do my short bow. Boop. Yeah.
Oh,
Terrible.
Yeah, you're a little bit unsure because Savino is so close and Callie's so close, and like even Tara's a little bit in the way at this point. And you're sort of leaning over Kanaka and just that uncertainty just settles into your shot as you see it fly just over the wolf.
Okay. And then just as a bonus action, I'll just Bam Summer Courts heal Uramore.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
wait, is that right? Yeah, that was right.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you
Yeah,
get two. Here you go.
Ramon, you feel as this positive energy just gives you a little bit of health back. You
One
gain 2 hit points.
temporary.
One temporary.
Temporary hit point. At this point, the bandit in front of you is sort of she's given up trying to fight you, and instead she has her short sword just drawn, and she tries to slam it into your scales, and you feel as it just sort of cuts past your belly as you take 5 piercing damage.
That bitch.
And she sort of pulls back again and tries to lunge her way into you, but you see her pull back and you move forward, preventing her from taking any sort of further movement. Okay, what do you want Kanaka to do, guys?
She's gonna Eldritch Blast it. Same ones that she was probably shooting at before.
Help me, please.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
She fires off another Eldritch Blast, and you see as it fires into the ground by your feet again, Uramod, and she just starts shaking her staff at this point. What the fuck is going on with this thing? Ashby, from your vantage on top of Molly, you're suddenly taller than everybody else except for Uramod. As you sort of look around you, things look pretty dire
Wonderful.
for your comrades.
I will say a prayer to Shantea, and I will summon a giant hammer right here as I cast spiritual weapon.
Nice.
Oh,
this is
ooh.
I love that spell.
And I'm going to hit the person that he's grappling.
Yes, you are. Uramon, you see as this sort of spectral hammer just smashes into the side of the bandit's face. A couple of her teeth flying out, and does blood sort of splatters across your face. And this hammer's just hanging there in midair. Ash, if you like, you can move the light token on and just use that to represent your weapon.
Sure.
Keep it easier for you to keep track of it. Would you like to do anything else as well?
Now, the first time I cast that, is that an action the first time, and then every subsequent use is a bonus action, or is the first time a bonus action as well? Because when I copied it in, it just has it listed as a bonus action, but I don't have my guide in front of me, so I don't know.
So I think the first time you do it is a full action.
Is an action.
That's what I thought too, but
Yeah.
Yeah, you use an action to summon it, and then the bonus action you can attack. it
Oh
with
no,
your
sorry.
turn.
Casting time is
Bonus action.
one bonus action.
Oh.
so because
Oh,
I have to
you
make the
still have
attack.
an
I have to
action.
make
So
the
you
attack
still
every
have-
time, regardless. So I mean, okay. So I still have.
You
an
still
attack.
have an action.
I'm
Yes.
going to move up here, and I'm going to try to crush the wolf with my hammer.
Nice.
Boom.
Damn those
Oh
rolls.
yeah, boom.
Bonk.
You see as the wolf seems to sort of lurch off, getting ready to pounce on Savina again. You quickly move Molly over, and it's like whack-a-mole in here. You slam your hammer down on its head, and it just spreads out on the ground in front of you. Bits of wolf brain splattering against your clothes.
God, I'm forever covered in this shit.
Not your clothes, Savina's clothes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Molly's hooves squelching on the pieces of brain on the floor.
And then I would move back here.
Ash is like the commander of the battle.
Hey, you know, I'm finally riding Molly, so I've got to take advantage of it while I can. Oh, and she'll use dodge.
Oh yeah, cool, that's right. Cool. Ermon, you see again as these two wolves try to bounce towards you. You release one of your arms from your grapple and just sort of smack one of them in the jaw as it pounces towards you, but at the same time the other one pounces onto your back. Its jaws just sinking into your scales just above your hip on your left side as you take 7 piercing damage. I need you to make another strength saving throw. Okay, and you feel as its weight forces you down as you become prone. Okay, now does anyone know how prone affects grapples?
I don't think I can grapple when I'm prone, can I?
They fall to the ground together. I don't know.
The grapple condition is kind of weird in 5e because it's so ambiguous.
Maybe she should make a throw to like leave at this point, like a reaction or
Yeah,
something.
she gets to see if she can get out or if she's falling down.
Cool, let's do that.
That sounds good.
Okay, yeah. You've shown such sort of indomitable strength until now. She's not really expecting the wolves to be able to take you down, and you feel as you drag her weight down with you as you pull her down to the ground.
Nice.
Prone in that case. Everyone's like, if I'm going down, you're fucking coming down with me.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Right, what the hell is Aki gonna do? Okay, cool. That's fine. Servina, you see as Aki just sort of wanders over to you and sort of tugs on you. It's like, you look a bit beaten up there, love! With so much nature around me, I can feel Shantae building up in me! Let me pass some of that energy onto you! And he sort of collapses his hand towards your ankle and he's going to cast Cure Wounds on you.
Internally, it's like, please, Jesus, don't touch me.
Kind of recoils a little bit.
Yeah, you start to recoil and then you feel this sort of warm
Stranger
energy,
danger.
Yeah.
you get like the smell of sort of hayfield come to you as you sort of feel you gain 6 hit points back. You feel refreshed.
Huh, cool.
Then it's your turn.
I will stand up.
Cool. So that takes half your movement.
Just gonna move over here. So, you know what? I'm just gonna do it and see what happens. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I want to have Callie just be like flying above Euromorn.
Okay.
Like, say 10 foot or so. And can I like Dragon's Breath these two and get her without hitting Euromorn?
Well, he's kind of holding her, isn't he?
Unfortunately not.
Alright,
essentially, it just does 1 block in front of you to start with, and then it goes to 2 the next row behind.
Oh, okay. In that case, hold on. I'll do it from like there, and I'll just hit Euromorn. I imagine Kelly doesn't care too much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gold damage anyway, yeah?
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. The whole party bands together to kill this one wolf up front. Urki kills Savina after I saved his life, and now we're frost-breathing Euromorn.
Yeah, I don't understand. Why didn't we just move further down?
You know, because I didn't think of that. That's why.
Nah, it's cool, bro.
Literally.
I take reduced damage from cold damage anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, cool. So, one of the wolves and the bandit both can make dexterity saving throws, and so do you, Uramon. You can use your bless, as Ashby has very kindly reminded us.
Absolutely.
Why does you're
I
just
maneuver
immune
this
to
bitch in
anything
front of it.
cold?
I will
Say-
move this chick in front of the cold breath.
You heal him by freezing him.
Yeah.
That is 3 crits all round,
Mm.
Oh.
as both of my characters got crits as well, I'm afraid. You
No.
can see it's
still
Callie
think
just
it-
sort of underestimates it slightly and it sort of skids over them. It does seem to still affect them slightly as it's sort of this wave of sort of ice just freezes along their backs. Ermon, you take 2 damage, I guess?
Yeah, I got it.
Damn.
And then with Savina's action, she's going to cast False Life on Euramorn.
Oh.
Cool, yeah.
Well, that works.
Cool. Yes.
So that will get rid of the 1 temp. I guess you lost that anyway, so that's fine.
I lost that.
Yeah,
yes, that's
I lost that when the wolf
Yeah,
hit me.
that's right. Yeah.
Okay. Tara, Callie's just flown above you and just unleashed this sort of wave of frost as the hedge just beside all this commotion is going on seems to be sort of frosted over with all this sort of snow. What would you like
Okay.
to
Tell me if, like, the lady token, is that her position, or is she technically on top of Euramorn?
do? That's her position. They're taking up the equivalent of that much
Okay.
space.
Okay. Good.
Gonna thunderwave.
Everyone's like, just get this shit over with.
Just everybody curb stomp both of us and revive me
Yeah.
after.
No, actually, she would like to attack the wolf,
Okay, cool.
the rapier. 13, does that hit?
Yeah,
bless
cool. You
you.
sort
I
of
also
lunge
have a
towards it and you
24.
see as your
If it
yeah,
hits,
it's
won't
okay.
make a
It hits
difference,
anyway.
but-
You see as your rapier just digs into the underbelly of this wolf. You take it out, nice clean cut. You see the wolf just lets out this little yelp. It seems quite unsteady on its feet.
Wait.
It seems to be just barely holding on to life at this point.
Okay, yeah, she would like to do a slashing flourish. Which
Nice.
she will hit the wolf with the extra d6 and then spin around and hit the lady.
Okay, cool. Yeah, roll your extra damage though.
4.
Nice.
Oh, beans. As you sort of pull your rapier out, you sort of drag it along the wolf's body and just slash towards this woman that's on the floor. As you feel your rapier, you feel the rapier sort of slash all the way down her back, and the wolf falls to the floor.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's her turn.
That's a cool ability.
Yeah.
Slashing flourish.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you.
You're alone.
So he's grappling with this chick, correct? Is it?
He is, yeah. Still, you're sort of rolling around in the
Yeah.
high, tall grass at this point.
I think he would just try to get advantage, like on her and pin her to the ground and just drive Shatter Spike through her chest.
Oh.
By say get advantage, are you wanting to use reckless attack?
He'd have advantage.
Yeah, sure.
He'd have
Yeah, let's-
advantage because she's prone.
But I'm
Let's say
prone.
He-
he.
Does that matter?
Well, he stood up.
No, Ermon's prone.
But he could stand
He
up
can
half
stand
his.
up.
Oh, that's
Oh,
true.
yeah,
actually,
yeah.
You can stand up, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I mean.
Leave her down
And
there.
um,
Release
he
her
is
from
in
the
a state.
grapple.
of slight irritation, so I will reckless attack as well. Um,
Like, fuck it.
So I assume if you're standing up, you're going to release her from the grapple at the same time.
Yeah.
So you do have advantage on that attack.
Do I need it? I mean,
maybe
I obviously did. I just forgot to.
Well, I mean,
toggle.
you should always roll if you can, just because you
Yeah.
might.
Oh
Might
yeah.
be
Good
fair.
point. Good
You
point.
might get a crit, yeah.
It's half a move for.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
You sort of stand up, letting the grapple go as you stand up, and you're really sort of frustrated at this point. And you just grab Shatter Spike, and you just sort of she's still sort of on the ground, and you just slam it towards the bottom of her spine where her hips sinks in, and you just hear this horrible cracking sound as you sort of Shatter Spike goes all the way through the ground, and you just sort of pin her to the ground.
Oh god.
Shatter Spike all the way through her body.
You can also see that his eyes have started to like. Normally they're red, but they're definitely a little bit more vibrant, and he's breathing very heavily, like he's close to like that enraged state that you've seen him in before. Okay.
Oh, she dead?
She dead.
She dead. She's pinned.
That's what I was kind of hoping she was.
Yeah, just because I didn't know she died.
I was like, oh god, if she's... That's so horrible.
Well, she's not dead. She's definitely paralyzed for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
Shay, that brings us back around to you.
Okay, I think I counted, and I can make it over here. As I'm running, bonus action, I will summon a flaming blade.
Oh god.
Oh, cool.
And from behind this wolf, I will strike at it with said flaming blade. Please. Oh, please, please, please.
Oh.
I haven't got to use the spell once.
Aww.
You're trying to sort of summon this flaming blade. It's like that really annoying timing. You're trying to light a match, and it's just not happening. Eventually, you think you've got it. You go to slash towards it. It fetters out. You're like shaking it around, shaking your sort of hand around, and then suddenly the flame blade sort of flares up. Hopefully, next time you'll be able to do better.
Don't set
God damn it.
Don't set the forest on fire.
I'm sorry. Bonus action, Bounce on Court's heal for one.
Cool. Roll your d6. Yeah, 2. Roll. Why not keep it the same?
You know.
Okay.
I like consistency.
Yeah.
I think Kanaka will sort of motion towards Yuromon, and she's like, I'm going to do better this time, I promise. As she fires off another Eldritch
Oh,
Blast.
yeah.
Oh, there she goes.
And you see this one sort of curbs around you, just fires into the wolf. And you can see from where you are, Shay, you can see like all this sort of fur seems to be singed off. Impact of the blast. Ashby.
I will use a bonus action for the spiritual weapon.
Cool.
Kill it.
All the suspense is killing me.
Yeah.
Kill it. Kill it.
Sorry, I couldn't find it.
Eromon, you see as this spiritual weapon in front of you seems to be spinning around almost hypnotically to you. Ashby, how would you like to do this?
Woo!
It'll look like Ash from Molly is actually swinging the hammer from where he is. The hammer will make the motion that he does, and he'll raise it above the wolf, and it's probably the size of a wolf. It's a giant freaking hammer, and just crashes it down upon the wolf, splattering its brains, because I like to splatter brains tonight, apparently.
Yeah, cool. You tried to reenact the same thing that you did previously with the wolf, as this sort of Shay, you see this spiritual hammer just crash into the top of the skull of this wolf. You see you hear this sickening crack as its neck seems to dislocate from it. Its sort of head just seems to dislocate from its neck as the weight from the magical attack just forces it down to the ground.
And then
Brains, blood, splattered
I pat Molly on the side, because, you know, nothing I've done up to this point has been anywhere near as cool as anything that I've just done, so I'm feeling kind of cocky right now.
Can't believe Steph missed it.
I know!
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I only roll well when Steph's not here.
Oh.
That does bring you to the end of combat. You guys all gain a lovely 21 experience points for that encounter.
Seriously?
Yes.
I am happy with that 21 XP.
Way harder than that poor ghost was, and yet a 50
I mean, that
experience.
ghost-
Well, to be fair, the ghost downed like 3 people.
Yeah, she died 3 of us.
Tara, there was a part of me that was like, she's gonna use Cloud of Daggers. She's gonna use Cloud of Daggers. The guy can't move, but the slash and flourish was pretty cool. I liked it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
After the battle, though, you see like Ermorn is shaking, his hand like quivering, and he's just like staring, probably to the closest person, which would be either Tara or Shay.
I think Shay would have recognized it. Like when you said
Yeah, it
his
looks
eyes flashed.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think considering
Tara
that wolf was the
will-
last one alive, you're probably more focused towards Shay's direction.
All right, yep, that makes sense.
Morning.
Well, Tara will move over and try to carefully take Shatter Spike out of his hands.
You rolling the sleight of hand?
I can.
Can I distract her more?
No! No!
Oh,
It's okay. There's no real need to roll stuff against each other. You can just sort of
Okay.
role play it out between you.
Okay, good.
Well, she would try carefully. He not supposed to not notice. It's just supposed to be like
Oh, okay.
very calm and like very slowly and not aggressively, so he won't feel threatened.
As you're like grabbing at it, you see that the grip around it tightens very violently, and he turns his attention more towards you. And he's not like making any moves; he's just staring.
Oh,
You can see that he's fighting himself.
Yeah, she'll stare right back. Like she'll give you a stern look, and she'll say, "It is okay. The fight is over. You can put it down."
He stares for a bit longer and almost like raises his hand, but then his eyes flicker back to his normal, like less vibrant color. And then he just shakes his head and starts walking away.
Good job,
Ermon,
Tara.
you may have inspiration.
Ooh.
Who, me?
Ermon.
Norman. Yeah.
I don't think anyone else has ever been able to get him out of his stupors like that. Thank you.
Well, I have a couple of brothers. They go pretty crazy, so it usually helps if you're stern but also calming. It's a very odd mixture.
Ramon's a special kind of crazy, though, wouldn't you say?
Well, I feel like he's more controlled than most of my brothers, but I've seen that kind of crazy before.
Yeah.
Tara, you may take inspiration as well.
I already have it, but
Yeah, cool. So you guys have managed to fight back this bandit and her wolf companions. It's probably kicking on to just gone midnight now. You guys have had at least 3 hours of good rest. But you've still got a large portion of the night to go. Is there anything you guys want to do before you sort of settle back into your rests?
Bury the bodies.
Or what
Wait.
if we leave them as a message? I know it's a little bit kind of crass, but maybe it'll deter them from attacking us in future.
I mean, I'm really not okay with that.
I guess. Well, maybe what about the dogs, the wolves?
wait. So this is the lady with the wolves. So is
Mhm.
she the wolf runner?
I
And who
mean,
were the other people then? Or are they a group?
I think she's part of them.
I didn't realize it was such a literal name that they all ran with wolves.
I kind of like it. You know, it's not too confusing.
That's true. You get
Yeah.
what you pay for with them.
Exactly. Mhm.
Yeah. Wait, do we have a name?
Wait, do we have a name?
I don't
Do
know.
we need a name?
Do we need one? I mean, I know some people.
We
use-
could be the The land travelers. No, that's stupid.
Wow, that was awful.
I mean, I'm sure it's a thing we can debate at some point.
We'll put that down to Tara's tiredness.
Nope, that's straight up.
That's
Oh,
just
that makes
Tara.
sense coming from Tara. Yeah, like she's very simple.
I'm sure it sounds better in Orcish, but
Mm-hmm.
damn, that was awful.
We'll
We could
work-
be
we'll
the
workshop.
Citadels
Citadels?
Slayers.
Wait,
I think you
kill
need to go back to
citadels?
bed, dear.
Yes.
Okay.
I think in the morning. we'll
Kanaka
have
will
that.
second that as well.
It's not a terrible idea though, but. Oh,
Well, Shay, you're the leader. You can come up with a good name.
I don't think I should take responsibility for a team name.
Good night.
Oh, good night, good night.
Good
wait,
night.
Who's gonna, I'll take the watch, I guess.
So I've got Ash and Savina for the next watch, but if
Alright,
you would like
I
to
will-
switch that up,
No,
you are more than welcome to.
I'll do the next watch, but I need to cast light on my shield then.
Okay. And did you guys decide what you're doing with the bodies? You're kind of just leaving
Oh,
them?
we'll
or-
burn. We'll bury. I was gonna say we burn them. No, we bury
Burn.
them.
No,
No.
So I
I'm
guess,
burying them.
We bury them. Sorry.
It's
Savina,
proper.
during the watch, you spend some time burying them. Then, are you happy with that?
Yeah. Ooh.
Ermorn would like take maybe an hour or so away from the party,
Hmm.
and then he would return and maybe not sleep, but like try to meditate a bit away from everyone.
Here.
Okay, cool. In that case, I'm just going to move you over to
Oh,
around there.
he's so alone.
He's married. He's already asleep. Kanaka's settled into the wagon. Shay, you're settling into the wagon to sleep as well.
I'm kind of like between the
Under it?
bush and the wagon.
Yeah, cool. That's fine.
Like this, like I'm just like under it.
Okay, cool. Ash, Savina, is there anything you guys want to discuss as your watch starts? Savina's sort of using her magical powers to bury the bodies.
Honestly, no. I'm barely awake at this point.
Yeah, same.
Cool, yeah. So probably gets to about 40 minutes into your watch. And you notice movement towards the west.
Again.
There's a snarling wolf, the size of a grizzly bear, just steps out of the forest. And I need you all to roll initiative.
What
No!
is this shit?
You can't.
Damn!
Wait, okay, that's I did that. Where's my?
What a night.
Savina's
Wait,
just
can we not
softly
get some
sobbing
sleep?
to herself.
God, I
I
miss.
just want to sleep.
Oh no.
I'm so
I
tired.
miss Psalm so badly every time I roll
Oh.
initiative. It breaks my heart.
Urmon, you have not rejoined the party yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, I'm afraid
Fred?
this wolf does have a surprise round on you. As it bounds up to Molly.
No! Molly!
Lunges towards her with its teeth. It manages to bite into her neck, dragging her down to the ground as she takes
How
11
dare
damage.
you, Alex.
Really? Really?
How
She takes
dare
11. She takes 11.
You want me to take a picture? Yeah, just bringing Molly down to the ground. And she's the sort of wolf just sort of places its body over her, like it's trying to protect its kill. You are supplied.
I would like to raid.
You would like to what?
Rage.
Savina, I'm afraid you are asleep. Urmon, can I get you to make a perception check, please?
Why
I
is
thought I was
Savina
on watch
asleep?
for that.
She's
Savina's
on
on
watch
watch,
with
wasn't
me.
he?
Oh shit! Yeah, sorry, Savina, you're
Yeah.
on watch, aren't you? Yes. Okay,
Yes.
Savina, you've seen as you catch a glimpse out of the side of your eye, and all of a sudden, Molly's on the floor. There's sort of blood splattering everywhere, and this wolf seems to be hovering over her.
Okay. On on this square, I would like to cast Ice Knife.
Oh! You're very nice.
Oh, yep, that's fine. Okay.
So,
Let's see.
like, as Kelly's perched on Savina's shoulder, it just kind of sounds like she's hacking up a hairball and just shoots, like, this chunk of sharp ice at it.
Yeah, you're kind of like taken by surprise quite a lot, and you just act out of instinct, and you just see as the ice knight just sort of skims over her. Does he take half damage on a success?
I think the knife explodes regardless. Hold on, let me put
Mhm.
an actual spell description.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit or miss.
Mhm.
So it has to make a dex save against 14.
Okay, yeah, cool. You actually see as the ice just plunges into the back of the wolf's sort of hind leg. It shakes instinctively. The sort of ice knife falls out and just explodes on the ground, so it doesn't take the full impact of the second damage. But it does take the full brunt of the piercing damage. Okay, would you like to move or have Kelly taking action?
Let's have Kelly go like over here and try and look to see if there's any more bullshit on its way.
Yep, okay, you make a perception check.
Okay. And
You can have advantage as well, obviously. Kelly is great.
okay, so that plus 4 because I don't think I can add it.
Okay. You do notice within the forest there seems to be more movement as dark figures. More wolves seem to be making their way
Oh damn!
towards you guys.
So Kelly will relay that to Savina, and then Savina will just say, "There's more of them coming."
Oh shit. Urmon, I need to make a perception check for you.
Holy titties!
Okay.
Oh god.
I
this
just
point
now
in
noticed.
Yeah.
you're making your way back to camp, and you start to hear a lot of commotion ahead. You're on alert at this point as well because you know you've already been attacked. And from where you're stood, you reckon you can get back into the camp's radius using all of your movement if you want to.
All of my movement. Okay.
You still have an action left when you get into camp if you like.
Okay. Cool.
So you'll essentially enter where you are now.
Everyone would see that Molly has been downed and Ash is kind of like about to be surrounded. So he'll sprint forward to this one, kind of making a lot of noise, and just reckless attack it with like a shoulder thrusting shatter spike.
So you can't move that much again unless you use your action to move.
Oh,
So
I
you
thought you
think-
meant I had. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
sorry.
So my movement got me here.
Yeah,
Right.
correct. Yeah,
Got you.
but if you wanted to throw a javelin, by all means.
Yeah. I think instead, since he can't place himself up there, he would try. Do I notice these guys to the sides?
Yeah, you would have noticed that as you're coming to.
Okay. I will throw a javelin at the one that's closer to Shay to get its attention. That way they don't get mauled in their sleep.
Yeah, that you just. You see as this javelin just sort of pierces into its back hind leg, and it gets like this little yelp and just turns around towards you.
Come on, over here!
That's how this goes. Yells sound. With that, Shay, you are actually awoken. because you have
Oh,
passive
great, that's
perception.
brilliant.
So you're currently prone because obviously you're just waking up, but as you're starting to look around, you notice there's this massive wolf
Mhm.
towards the rear end of the cart. You can also see that Molly is currently down on the floor, another wolf
Okay.
over the top of it. And you can also see another wolf towards the side.
Okay. Because I'm prone, I have to spend half my movement to get up.
Yeah, that's
Right.
correct.
Okay, what if I wild shape into a panther whoever? Would I be able
Ooh.
to?
I think you'd just be panther. I don't
So
think
I-
you'd be prone anymore. Yeah, I think that would counteract that.
Okay, so I'd have the full 50 foot of movement.
You would, yeah.
Great. I do it. So you're seeing the wolf next to me and seeing all the wolves, I just kind of, I just wild shape into a panther.
Okay.
If I can find the token, there it is. Rawr. And then with my, okay, let's see. I'm trying to wait. Yeah, so I did the math. I can do this. So 5, 10, 15, 20, and I still have 30 foot left. I'm just, I'm trying to do the
Oh,
pounce.
cool. You're going to pounce onto that one, yeah?
Yeah, so I have 20 foot of movement, so I can definitely,
Yeah.
Oh, no. Wrong button. Anyway, right, so I run up to this one, and I'm going to go for the pounce. So, and hits. Okay, so I have to do a claw attack. Please hit. Oh,
Yeah, cool. You sort of
Nice.
pounce forward, and you feel as your claws just rip into the side of this dire wolf.
yeah. Okay, so then they must make a DC 12 strength check or be knocked prone.
But as you do, its size is it's so much stronger than you, even in your panther form, and it just sort of shakes you off, shrugs you off.
Damn, okay, so that means I can't use
Unable
my
to
bonus
finish that.
action to do the bite attack then, because it's not prone. Okay. Okay, I'm just a panther in front of a wolf, asking it to not kill me.
Best reference.
I'll just chill here.
Let me have a quick look at this. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can't use your stuff. Okay, Eki is still asleep, I'm afraid. So, what's going to happen now? Urmon. This direwolf runs towards you. But you're sort of aware of his presence a little bit, and you sort of just duck down and just sort of get, as it's sort of jumping towards you, you get your elbow and you just sort of push it into its underbelly, which just sort of knocks it off balance a little bit as it falls back into the bush beside you.
Yeah, get out of here.
Seeing you in panther form attack his ally, this other wolf is going to charge up to you, Shay. What's your AC in panther form?
Yeah, it's 12.
12, yeah. And you feel as its jaws just crunch into the back of your sort of hind legs. You take 9 piercing damage.
Okay,
I'm
still for.
You are still a panther, yes. And I need you to make a strength saving throw for me.
Okay, I would just do that from Shay's sheets?
No, do it from the panther sheet because she's stronger than you.
Oh, he's saving throw. I don't see a strength for the save.
Yeah, it's
That'd
okay.
be-
Just essentially just the strength.
Just do strength, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool, yeah. Yeah. I'm able to sort of wriggle free from it before it can sort of put all its sort of full weight down on you.
Okay.
This other direwolf is going to grab hold of Molly by the neck and start to
Motherfucker.
drag her back into the bushes.
Okay, I want my opportunity
You both
attack.
get
No.
yeah, you both get opportunity attacks against it.
Okay.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ashby, you're starting to sort of panic at this point. You sort of lunge forward wildly, unable to get it. Shay, you managed to act quickly enough to sink your teeth into its front leg. However, it's still able to drag Molly away at this point. And then you see it as another direwolf bounces out
Oh,
towards
God.
you, Savina.
Oh, good lord!
From...
Fucking
I was
hell.
like, ooh, can anyone actually see that one?
Is that the one
As
that I
it
can see
lunges.
before?
No, you can
No.
only see the ones on the side.
Oh, that's right, you said south, that's right.
I'm gonna reactively cast shield.
Okay, yeah, cool. You just reactively put up this shield and you just hear it, this sort of winged dragon form. But you hear this shatter, like ice shattering, as this wolf form just forces its way through it. Its sort of jaws clenching onto your hip as you take 8 piercing damage. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
God, oh God.
I mean, do I have to make a strength saving throw? I feel like we all know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you never know.
Boom!
Yeah, cool.
There you go.
DC 13. It starts to sort of put its weight into you. And at the same time, Callie just lets out this like, little screech, and it just at that moment you manage to take advantage of that and just sort of release yourself from its grip, managing to keep your feet. Okay, Ashby.
I got this. Okay.
Seeing your beloved Molly be dragged away.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Oh.
Beautiful.
Sorry, direwolves are hungry.
Okay, first thing I'm going to do is bonus action cast Healing Word on Molly.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Cool, yeah, perfect. At this point, Molly is still sort of restrained by the direwolf.
Okay.
Actually, she can just be prone.
Okay, great. She's gonna get up and use disengage.
Okay.
15. Shit. 20. And
So I don't think Molly can do disengage unless you're on her. Yeah, because Molly doesn't. Molly
well, it
isn't like
depends. She's
familiar or anything.
no, but she does. I mean, that's fine. She's not acting independently, regardless. So, but that's fine.
She can have her make a athletics check to see whether she can sort of break free and then take any movement.
Yeah, I'll just get an attack of opportunity and she'll be dead again.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, so she manages to sort of rip free from the wolf's grip. Would you like her to try and move away, or?
Well, not if she's. I mean, at that point, she's just gonna get hit again. So. I'm just angry now. I'm going to take a swing at the wolf that's right next to me.
Cool.
Right in the toe.
Just smash his tail
cool.
right onto the ground.
You sort of pin it down with your hammer as it lets out this sort of horrible sort of yelp, turning its head between you and Savina at this point, trying to decide who's going to be a snack. Tara, all the commotion that's going on, you're going to have woken up.
Really? Good.
Yes, I would have thought so. So what would you like to do? You wake up to absolute chaos within the camp.
Yep. She's gonna move over here, and stab the thing. No. I'm gonna use my inspiration on this.
Yeah, cool. That's fine.
And I like to add the defensive flourish to it. So I'll add a d6. So 10 damage in total. And my AC is now 20 if it wants to attack me. Yes. And that's all I do. Hello?
Hello.
Okay, you can still hear me. I
Yeah.
was just talking to the boy.
I'm not sure it hits.
Is it me you couldn't hear?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so you lunge forward with your rapier, using the same sort of technique you used on the wolf you were fighting earlier, as you sort of into the underbelly, flick it back out. What does your defensive flourish look like?
Oh, it's like a holding position. Like she has her arms out and the rapier like in front of her, and just like this wide stance and just like waiting for an attack.
Cool. And your AC increases to 20.
Yes.
Until the start of your next turn. Kanaka would have been woken up by Wallace, right? What do we want her to do, guys?
Can she hit the one that was got Molly currently? Because I think she would probably try and attack that one.
Yep.
Yeah, she can definitely aim towards that if she wants to. If she wants to Eldritch, do you want to hex it?
Oh,
Yes.
Hex it.
Hex it and then
Give
Eldritch
it
blast
disadvantage
it.
on. Strength.
Strength.
Yeah,
It
probably
will
strength.
attack with strength.
We'll do strength.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah. You see as the Eldritch, the energy of a sort of Eldritch blast sort of fires forward. Oh shit! How did she do that damage for the hex?
I think it's usually just rolls on top of it.
1d6. So
Yeah.
4. So 16.
Yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you sort of look towards Karnaka just in this absolute fury, annoyed that Molly has suffered at the hands of this direwolf. As you see this whirling force of sort of purple energy just crash into it, and this raven ethereal form just holds it into the wolf until it's sort of the energy sort of dissipates. Wolf looks a bit shaky on his feet at this point. Looks like he's coming towards the end of his life, but he's still going for the moment. Savina, you have another direwolf practically on top of you at this point.
Yep. Shit. I'm going to cast Dragon's Breath on Callie,
Okay, cool.
and I'm going to have her fly over just like above the wolf's head.
Yeah.
And have her use it.
Okay, yeah, cool. She sort of flies over the wolf's head looking for an opening, and then she sort of swoops down as she sees the direwolf sort of go to lunge towards Molly, unleashing this frost breath as the direwolf takes the full brunt of it. And you can see as it's covered in this just mound of snow and ice, it doesn't seem to be moving anymore.
And I'm going to have Savina just disengage and back up.
Cool.
Next to Urky.
Her knight
Not
in
'cause I wanna be.
armor.
Urmon, there's a direwolf currently engaged with you.
He just kind of like thrown it to the side into the bushes defensively. So he'll take a step back and then lunge forward, trying to decapitate it with Shatter Spike.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, you sort of slam, while it's still sort of down, you slam Shatter Spike into its underbelly, rip it out, and you can see as a sort of segment of his sort of gut is sort of hanging out, as it sort of limps back up, blood sort of dripping down onto the floor. And it just sort of...
Ermorn responds with the
shame. See, another direwolf is near you, trying to grab onto your rear side.
Okay. I believe with a bonus action I can drop the wild shape.
I believe that is correct.
I'm just checking. I think it's a bonus action. Where is it? There it is. This is a long bit of text. Fuck. Use your action.
Bonus action. Yep.
Is it a bonus action? Okay, cool. Alright, so as my bonus action, I will turn back into shit.
Cool.
Because I don't think I can do much as that for right now. Am I back? Yeah, I'm back. That's the first time that's worked.
Hey, that's the first time it's worked for me as well.
Hey, okay, cool. And then I'm thinking I've only really got one spell that might help, and I'm going to cast Moonbeam. Yeah, Moonbeam. New spell. Where is it? Where is it? Boop. Oh, come on, stop. Submit. There you go.
Nice.
Sweet.
Okay. What's the effect of Moonbeam?
Oh, well, okay, I thought it was going to be the other one. Didn't realize. Where'd it go? Sorry,
You can set it up to do the text as well. There's like a little box.
Yeah, I must have had the other one. I'll see if I can. There's that little tick box again. Aye, it's output, attack, spell card. I'd rather it be a spell card.
It can be attack.
So you can
just
have it
need to
attack
check
and
that
have the text as well.
that you have
Can
the
you?
text.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did not realize this. I'm sorry.
That's all
Where do you get both of them?
Okay, if you go
Oh,
into the
yeah,
spell, and then you
Mhm.
just have to click on instead of off. On the show text or description or whatever it says.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you've just sent it
I'm
on the thing.
sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it doesn't do anything until it's done. Yeah, that's cool.
Cool, yeah, so I just summon a big moonbeam from the sky onto the wolf.
Cool.
I just hold my position.
But Moonbeam's the one you can move around, right?
Yes, you can move it with a bonus
That's
action.
so cool. Yeah.
He's going to use his sort of sacred flame. Serena, you see as he grabs some dirt from some sort of grass and foliage from around him, starts to sort of scrunch up in his hand and sort of throws it towards the direwolf. Yeah, cool. And you see as it just as it makes contact with the direwolf, you see as it just sort of bursts out in this sort of a flash of radiant energy. Singeing the wolf's fur. Okay, that does bring us round to the direwolves. Umon, the one that you're engaged with, lunges towards you, but in its sort of a weakened state, it just kind of flops, hits the ground, picks itself back up, but doesn't actually get close enough to do any sort of real damage to you.
That's right.
This direwolf is just going to move slightly to here. And using the distraction of the other wolf behind you, Ash, it's going to grip onto you as you take 9 piercing damage.
I'm so glad
it
that I have
seems
such a high
to,
AC to always get hit.
It seems to be able to shake off. I'll take your damage from your moonbeam from your previous roll. It seems to be able to shake off the majority of the damage. Unfortunately, seeing that direwolf has attacked you, the other one is going to lunge towards you as well, Ashby. You have 19 AC, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. This one, you're ready, as I rolled an 18. You sort of bash it with your shield, just forcing it away. Oh no, sorry. He has advantage, so he actually gets the 20. He actually gets the 24. So he does manage to make his way in. And I need you to make a strength saving throw. Okay.
Nice.
Cool. You manage to stick your ground, but you take 12 piercing damage. And then it is your turn. These wolves seem to have focused their attention towards you.
Wonderful.
Oh, whoa! I think your health went down way too much then. You were
No.
on 4 before that?
No, but between the 2 attacks, it dropped me to 3.
Oh yeah, of course. Sorry, yeah, you're right. Okay. Cool.
Okay, well, that's
Molly does seem to be safe at least.
all that matters.
One of them had to die, Ash or Molly.
I'd rather it be me. I'd rather it be me. The one that I hit earlier, the one that's next to Tara, I will again swing my hammer at.
Yeah, you sort of lunge towards it, but in your weakened state. You don't quite have the energy to sort of follow through with it, as it just sort of moves back. Would you like to use a bonus action for anything?
Bork, bork.
So wait, the 13 didn't hit?
The 13 did
No.
not hit.
Okay. Feeling that that hammer is just too damn small. I will again summon my spiritual weapon. And
Yes.
How many second level slots do you have left?
that's the last one.
This last one. Yeah. Okay, cool. That makes sense.
And
Nice.
Yeah, that'll do it. Against the same one?
yes.
Cool. You summon your spiritual weapon again, and this time when you lunge towards it with your normal hammer, and your spiritual hammer just crashes into the side as it lets out a whelp. It's full damage. Tara, you can see Ashby seems to be the focus of the dire wolves at this moment in time.
Okay. Yeah, Tara will attack the one that didn't attack her. Again. Like the one that's in front of her. Yes!
Yeah, cool. You see where you managed to get it last time? Right in, just to the side of it. Flick out as his blood just sort of flicks against the stone to your right. Wolf lets out yelp. Looks pretty bloodied at this point. Blood is starting to drip from its wounds that you've caused it onto the grass.
Yeah, I don't have any bardic inspirations anymore, so I can't finish it. That's all she does.
Okay, Karnaka is going to move a hex onto that one. And she's going to look to finish it. Seeing that Ashby is being threatened by these. Yeah, cool. She sort of fires this eldritch blast towards it. You see it just connects right into its middle as a sort of hole opens up where her spell connects, and the dire wolf collapses to the ground.
Ooh. Dobby.
And she,
Wait,
at
what
that point, it
happened?
probably turns to Kanaka used her eldritch blast.
Oh, okay.
At that point, Kanaka probably turns towards you, Ash, and just will reassure you, don't worry, we got you. Savina. Two of the direwolves are down. One of them is bearing over Ash at this point.
Move Kelly up this way. She's gonna fly 10 foot up, so just the last cube is gonna hit right here, like the last bit of the blast.
Oh yeah, cool, I got you.
Right. This one hitting one square.
Okay, yeah, cool. Direwolves seem to be unable to deal with Gaddy as he continues to move on. He takes the sort of full brunt of the attack. Don't do anything else?
Move away from Urky, because I was like, oh god, there's an Urky there.
The most fearsome opponent.
There. And I'm gonna false life on Ash.
Cool. How many times can you do that?
I'm completely at the spells now.
You can do that, yeah. Okay, Ash, you gain 6 temporary hit points.
Yay!
Urban, you're kind of engaged in your own personal battle with this direwolf for the moment. You're just completely focused on what's going on here rather than what's sort of going on elsewhere. You seem to be getting the better hand.
I see that it's on its last legs, and Ermorn would open himself up to his own kind of weaknesses as he makes a reckless attack to just finish this bad boy off. Gotta roll
Okay,
advantage.
you get advantage with reckless attack.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Excellent.
you lunge forward, but you probably open yourself up a little bit too much as your lunge swings over the direwolf as it crouches down, getting ready to attack you, Shay.
Okay. Mm. Yeah. What did I do? Shit, okay, no, it didn't. Good. I'll go up to Ashby. And I will cure wounds.
Okay. Cool.
I have no second spell slots left. Okay. It's not bad.
Oh, not bad at all.
And wait, how? And then I'll also I'll just bonus action, Bam as well.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, it actually worked.
I assume you're going to keep the 6 temporary hit points from
temporary,
Pulse Life
Yeah,
rather than the 1.
Exactly.
Cool. So you gain 15 health points back. As you see, your body is rapidly being covered by this sort of golden ivory, and you feel the healing powers of Shay's magic bringing you back to the forefront of the fight.
I wrestled about moving the moonbeam or not, but I thought, nope, Ash is looking bad.
Okay, what's that? I think Aki's going to pick up another load of grass and lob it towards this wall. Yeah, cool. You see there's this another bunch of grass just flies past you, Ash, and as it just connects with the direwolf, you see a sort of imprint of a golden wheat signal burn into the direwolf, and takes the full brunt of his attack. 7 damage. Let's have a yelp. In return, it's going to retaliate by trying to jump back on you. But this time, you're sort of with your renewed vigor, you've got your shield, and you just bash it in the face, pushing it back. Uramon, the direwolf that you have attacked, is trying to take advantage of your opening, and as you sort of lunge forward, it just bites into your scales and your chest area. You take 10 piercing damage. And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh,
Nice.
oh.
Cool, yeah. You both sort of fall to the ground as it weight bears you down, but you manage to sort of punch it in the face and just pick yourself back up, not letting it pin you to the ground.
Yeah, I like this struggle over here.
The struggle's real. Ash, with the renewed vigor of Shay's spells, you manage to sort of keep yourself a foot, shield up ahead of you as this direwolf is facing you down.
Wonderful. I will again.
I forgot to ask, is spiritual weapon a concentration spell? No, it's not. Cool. No.
It's epic.
I will again swing with my light hammer at the direwolf that is next to me. Ah, hell. And as I miss, the much larger spiritual weapon comes in for a hit. But it misses too.
Oh, yeah. In your sort of rage, you know, Morley's been attacked by these beasts. They've attacked you, but in your sort of rage, you lose focus, and focus is really the key to your attacks. And unfortunately, your attacks miss their mark at this point. Tara, 2 direwolves remain. You can see one of them seem to turn towards the south, as one of them seems to be getting the better of Uramon.
Nah, I got this.
Back
Don't worry about it. I got it.
You see his Ash's attacks seem to be careless, and not like his usual attacks, which they miss. Direwolf straight directly ahead of you.
No, now they're like my usual attacks.
Yeah, she's just gonna run down here. I'm gonna attack that one.
Irma's like, what are you doing?
I got That's what I get!
Yeah, it's totally focused on Irma at this point, and you just sort of come into it. You pit your body against it as you sort of ram it and just force your rapier through its underbelly, slashing it out. Its blood just coats your rapier now, thickly as it takes 6 piercing damage. It shakes a little bit, brings itself back up. Snarl.
Yep.
Okay, who do you want? I think Kanaka's probably going to attack the one that is on Ash.
Yeah.
Yes.
She
'Cause
loves you,
She can
Ash.
also move her
He
own hex
does.
again.
Yeah, we'll have her move her hex. Let's have her do what she does best.
Mhm. Hey.
I don't know if it's 14 hits or not.
Oh yes, I shouldn't be excited.
Okay, yeah. You see as this Eldritch Blast flies between you, Ash, and Shay. Looks like it's gonna miss, but Ash, you sort of hit it with your shield, which moves it into the
Big shot!
moves it into the attack. Takes the X damage as it takes
Oh.
7 force damage. Its sort of legs seem to buckle underneath it, and you can see this sort of feral fear settle in. Savina.
I feel like this is too cool not to do, so just gonna have Kelly fly like up diagonally and then back down, so that she doesn't take any attacks of opportunity.
Okay, yeah, cool.
She's gonna land on Urimorn's shoulder, and she's gonna hold an action until just in case Urimorn doesn't kill it. I'll give you that chance, Eric.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I was just crying when you said that. I was like, oh,
But I feel like we should cross the streams.
So what's your held action? You're gonna do
The wolf doesn't die. She will frost breath it.
cool, that's fine. And what would you like to do?
I'm just gonna toll the dead. This wolf.
And that always works.
Yeah, every time. Works every time. 60% of the time it works all the time.
Roll a d12.
Oh,
It worked.
Nice.
Nice.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
You hear the dong that you recognize as Savina's Toll the Dead. And the fear that you see in this direwolf's face just seems to disappear and is returning you as a motionless stare as you see blood starts to drip from out of its ears. And it collapses.
Poor doggo.
Dead.
Very dead.
You're dead, doggo.
There you go, that's what you got to do. I've just got to not believe in you, Savina, and then it works.
that's how it works for me. I don't believe in myself, and then I roll an 18 strength.
there you go.
You feel this wolf, you also see the same fear in this one's eyes, and it seems to be coming towards the end of its ability to fight.
He looks at his shoulder to see Callie and over to Tara. I appreciate the help, but I think I've got it this time. And he'll do another reckless attack, grabbing it by the fur at its collar and driving Shatter Spike into its skull.
Oh, damn.
Yes.
Nice.
That's dope as fuck.
You go to drive it into its skull, and you cut all the way up its face into its eye. It seems to be just hanging on.
No! Come on, Alex.
Terrible.
Alright, well, the frost breath kill this shit.
Oh,
you know,
that's
let's get it over with.
Oh, there we go. Oh, wait.
Okay, yeah, cool. That's
Well,
gonna
it
kill it.
takes
Regardless
that.
of whether it
Double
takes
dragon.
It's gonna die.
it's got to.
Kelly, yes, how do you want to do it?
Callie, how do you want to do it?
It's like not even a full frost breath. She just like spits in its eye.
Oh,
Oh,
Solitary icicle.
That makes it worse.
it is.
Yeah, it just sort of spits in the eye where Uramon's just slashed its eye out, basically, into the sort of caveat that's left. And Uramon, you see as it collapsed to the ground.
He does the same. As it collapses, he just like
No.
limps on and falls to the ground.
Okay, that does bring us to the end of combat. You guys get a lovely 114 experience points for that.
Ooh.
So, 1408.
Good, I couldn't.
Yeah, I didn't even try. I was just like, I'm just
No,
gonna wait for Nina.
1498.
1498.
Shay will run down to Uramorn and cast Cure Wounds on him.
Why would it be 9? 4 plus 4 is 8.
1498.
And I'll use my last bam as well.
We got 114,
Yeah.
Oh,
and we were already at 1384.
We were at 12.
84.
We were at
No,
12.
no, you're at
We were
1380.
at 1384.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
I
you should have,
missed that. I was
1498.
like at 1294 before.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
No. So what's the total?
1498.
At 1498.
Okay.
1498. Okay.
You're slowly encroaching on level 4.
Yeah,
Okay, so Shay, you
Very
rush over
slowly.
to. Shay, you rush over to Uramon and use your healing magic to sort of bring him back around as he seems to collapse to the ground.
I fucking hate direwolves.
He gets up very slowly.
This is why you
And,
don't wander away from the party, Uramorn.
I suppose you're right. And he
But I
kind of
understand.
slumps to the circle.
Alright.
Looking
I saw
to
the
Tara
light moving, and I literally thought that
Selena.
was a creature as large as the fucking light radius. I was just like, are you fucking serious? I got
Would've
so
wanted to
spooked.
rest.
Well,
He'll turn to Tara and Savina and just appreciate the assistance down there. I don't know that I would have made it.
I'm sure you would have. Very strong.
You got it.
yeah.
You got it.
You did really good. The sword hit the face and the blood. Yeah.
He just pats Shay on the shoulder.
So what are we gonna do about the big wolves? Because we can't exactly burn them.
I fucking hate darn wolves.
I mean, I can, but it's gonna take a while.
I don't think it's worth it, to be honest.
It's just, they're all coming from the west, and let's stack them up over here to the east and just hope for the best.
Yes, we should try to stick closer together.
Well, maybe we can make like a.
Make a wall of corpses.
Yes.
Oh, that could be.
I'm against this.
I could really craft a little flower fence. Section.
That'd be very small fence.
Like some thorny roses. I'll make a wall of thorny roses. It'll take a while, but I can do it.
But why not
Yeah,
use them if
by
we can
this
burn
point,
them?
the forest floor around you is just sort of coated in different sort of pools of blood from your different sort of combat and things.
It's gotta be so fucking gross around.
Mhm.
I think it doesn't matter if there are wolves here or
Why does
not.
no one have prestidigitation?
Because I didn't have enough fucking cantrip slots.
Oh,
The reality is, with the smell and all the blood, anyone who comes through here is going to know that something died.
oh yeah. Well, okay. Third time's a charm then.
So by this point, it's getting into the very sort of early hours of the morning, and you guys need to make a decision on whether
We're
you
so tired, guys.
rest all the way through and potentially lose some time moving the next day, or whether you choose to not rest fully
I think
and
we need
potentially
to
be
rest all the
exhausted.
way through.
Do you think?
Well, what if we stumble across something tomorrow and we're not rested and we don't have the ability to do anything and the bandits return and then we're stuck?
What?
Ross?
I mean, I'm technically fine. I just feel a little rushed, so not very inspiring. But, I think you guys should rest. Especially Molly shouldn't be pulling a card right now after what just happened.
The card's
That's
not going
fair.
anywhere. Molly's staying here and I'm staying here.
Okay.
Okay, then. We'll keep resting then.
You'll be glad to know the rest of the night passes
Roll initiative.
without any further incidents.
No, I don't believe you.
Let's turn the music off. You won't believe me. Yeah, and the next day, by the time you guys come through, it's starting to become quite late morning, nearly getting into afternoon. I need you all to make your survival checks to determine how much rations you guys have kept, or whether you need to go into any rations.
I feel like
Tara,
we
you
have
have-
plenty of meat in front of us.
It's true.
Tara,
Nice,
Ramon, you guys
Ramon.
have advantage, so...
I'm a vegetarian.
Okay, DC's only 10. Tara, you have advantage, so don't worry, you did get 17.
Yeah.
Let's have... Okay, cool. You managed to find enough meat, funnily enough. Wolf for... It's more to determine what you ate during the day yesterday, so it's... Yeah, cool. And obviously you're right next to a source of water here, so you're able to collect water for the day ahead as well. As you guys are starting to get ready to head out for the day, you realize that there seems to be the fog is cleared now, and there's a gentle breeze, sort of summer breeze caressing your skin, and carried along this breeze seems to be a soft elven tune, and it seems to be drawing you closer towards the forest. As I need you all to make wisdom saving throws.
Oh no.
Lord.
Oh no. That's bad.
Oh,
Yep, I thought so.
Son of a bitch!
Damn.
fuck.
Again, Alex, as I woke up, I used my Blessing of the Forge on my armor.
That's fine.
Not that it really helps.
I mean, that takes an hour, yeah?
No, the Blessing of the Forge is instant. It's the
Oh, Besson is like instant. Okay, cool.
it's the channel divinity that takes an hour.
Brandon, you also had advantage on that save as well. Sure you did.
What is it? Okay.
Urmon and Shay, you're sort of enjoying the tune, but it's not really having any impact on you. You guys don't feel it pull towards the forest.
Mm.
The rest of you feel compelled
I'm already walking.
to start walking
Tara loves
into
her
the
music.
forest itself. Molly needs to make a wisdom saving throw as well, and Callie.
And Volatoy.
Oh, and Volatil, yeah. Okay, Molly is stubborn, so she's fine.
That's right.
Shit.
Mm.
Oh, that's really not good. Volatil shoots off.
Steph's gonna be angry at you.
Shay, Urmon, you notice as your party members seem to start to meander into the forest. Heading
Maybe
into
it's best we don't go too
southern
far.
Guys, where are you going? I mean, the music's nice and all, but wait, would I be able to identify?
Music.
Would we be able to see them being kind of weird? Is that anything we could like assess?
Yes, it certainly would be. Make a Arcana check.
Nice.
Yeah, you get the impression that their eyes seem to have taken on a sort of like glazed over appearance, and they seem to have small little like lights twinkling around their heads. You get the impression that they're under a charm person spell.
Ramon, they're charmed. Something's leading them away.
Urmorn would try to follow Tara and Savina and like grab a hold of their collars and kind of like turn them towards him.
Cool. Yeah. So you want to try and restrain them essentially.
Yeah. What would you like?
Make a
Athletic.
strength athletics check. Savina and Tara, given
Oh,
your
God.
circumstances, you're currently compelled by the spell to sort of make your way into the southern area of the forest. How do you feel your characters would react under that spell as Urban sort of attempts to restrain you and pull you back?
Not very well.
Tara would try to like the way she does in the ring, just like get out and keep moving.
Cool. Yeah. So you can make a acrobatics check or a athletics check against the Urban. Yeah. You see as Tara's.
We
just
already
sort of
knew the
wriggled
outcome of
towards
that.
three of you. Savina, how about you?
I feel like she's kind of used to this because I feel like when she was a kid and was like running around being too rambunctious, that's what her mom would always do, just like grab her by the back of her clothes and just be like, it's kind of like I'm in trouble.
Okay, so if you can make another wisdom saving throw for me. Cool, yeah. So Urmon grabbing you manages to break the spell on you as you sort of come back into focus. You're just like, how did I end up here? You're just a bit confused. You are aware that someone has tried to charm you.
Kelly just keeps flying away. So I'm
Everyone's just like holding out his hand, confused. Like, Tara!
Okay, Shay, what are you doing? As
Oh
Ash
god, I'm
and
probably
Rebecca
just.
seem to-
Are they on the cart currently? Yeah.
They've sort of started to climb down from the cart and make their way into the forest.
Oh man, I was just having that with my hands stretched out trying to hold them back. Even though it probably doesn't work for Ash because he's so.
Okay, you can make an athletics check if you're trying to grapple them as well to stop them from moving.
Yeah, it's gonna work well. Oh yep, that's
Oh,
not
boy.
what I expected. I didn't expect anything less.
Ashby, what's your reaction?
Well, if I have to go, I have to go. I'm just going to keep plowing forward.
Okay, so if you make a yep, that'll do, I suppose. You sort of
Of
force
course,
your way
now
through.
I roll well.
Yeah.
What's Molly's reaction as you start to move away?
Molly knows she just needs to stay with the cart. I've moved away from her enough times at this point. She's just staying with the cart,
Okay.
unfortunately.
What's Karnaka's reaction?
Wait, did she succeed?
No. Shay has tried to grapple her to stop her from moving. How do you feel Karnaka would react to that?
I don't know.
She would probably snarl at you and just going.
Yeah.
Eldritch
It's like, I'm
Blast.
going to listen to the music. She would just be angry.
Yeah.
She brings a quarterstaff round.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Holy shit!
She uses inspiration. No, I'm joking.
She beats that ass!
Oh no.
And you feel it just crash into your side as you take 7 bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
Poor Shay.
Kanaka, ow. When did that have?
You also notice just off to the side a bit, Aki is marching into the forest as well.
Bye, Erky!
Perfect.
Savina.
I'm just gonna chase after Tara and try and like get in front of her. She's just straight up like, Tara, you're charmed, like snapping in front of her face, trying to snap her out of it.
Cool, yeah, you're sort of snapping your fingers and stuff. Tara,
Yeah.
do you want to make another wisdom saving throw for me?
Yeah, that's gonna be great. Yep.
So wise.
Yep.
Yep, that's not going to do it.
Can I pick Sabina up, throw her over, and just keep going? Just take her
You're
with
just
me.
gonna carry her?
Just sort of lift her and move out of the way. Yeah, make a
Yeah.
athletics strength check.
Oh,
Fireman
God.
carry.
15.
Yeah, Savina, you may contest with an acrobatics or athletics check.
Ooh.
Oh!
I feel like Tara's tried to do this to her before,
Yeah, probably.
and it's not comfortable.
He sort of tries to move out of the way, but you're sort of used to her sort of antics, and you sort of move out of the way. But then Tara just uses the opportunity to just sort of walk past you,
Yep.
continue to walk into the forest. Uramon.
He's just looking at all the directions that our party members are kind of spreading off into.
Yeah, they do
Um,
seem to be going into the same direction.
Oh, okay, cool.
They seem to be sort of
Uh,
grouping together the longer they lead off the path.
He's looking at Shay very confused, but then kind of sprints after the Ash and Karnaka and them, and kind of gets ahead of everyone and just yells, trying to like snap them out of whatever trance that they're in.
Okay. Make an intimidation check.
I'm good at those. Nope, never mind.
I don't think that's going to cut it, unfortunately.
That makes
it seems to be
sense.
unaffected by your intimidation.
He'll look back toward Shay. But if we can't stop him, we need to follow him at least.
If we destroy the source, maybe, but we can't leave Molly behind. She'll stay here.
Well, Molly seeing everyone trying to do all of this probably would follow you guys anyway, because she's not going to be left alone.
No.
Shay, as someone that's able to cast Charm Person, you know that if you harm the people, they
Yeah.
should come
Oh.
out of the effects.
I do know this. Urmon, can you punch someone?
And he just punches Shay.
Punch Tad. I'll go punch Ash.
And at this point, they are slightly getting away from you because they are using their movement to just move.
Well,
So
I
it'll
run
be
and
difficult.
Very fast.
It'll be difficult for you to catch up to them at this point because they've just literally been
You're
running.
gonna have to shoot me in the back.
Fine, I'll do it. I shoot
Unless-
Ash with an arrow.
You've got some way to move more.
No, I'm going to shoot Ash with an arrow.
Yeah, you're gonna shoot Ash with an arrow. Okay.
With
yeah,
my
cool.
longbow.
It's quite,
Can I cast Sleep on Tara?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there we go.
Oh damn! Yeah, that hits.
I'm aiming for, like, the hip.
Ash, all of a
That
sudden
works
you
if
feel
the
this.
hip wouldn't get bad.
You feel this burning pain in your hip,
Oh shit.
That's not enough.
and you
I
sort
know.
of just sort of shake awake, and you see there's an arrow in your hip, and you see Shay sort of behind you with arrow knocked, and you're sort of deep into the forest at this point, off the path, and you're slightly confused at this point.
I'm sorry.
I kind of feel like
You do notice. Sorry, go.
I was just gonna say I kind of feel like Forrest Gump. Something jumped up and bit me.
As you look around, you can notice that Tara, Kanaka, and Erky seem to be storming into the forest. Kali as well.
I unsummoned
away.
her.
Oh, you're on Summoner? Cool, that's great.
Yeah.
Volator is nowhere to be seen.
It's fine if he dies.
Oh,
When
great.
can I take a shot at Karnaka? Is that possible? Like, whenever.
Okay, so we'll have we'll sort of just go through each people in turn, so that everyone gets
Okay, yeah.
a chance to try and do something. Savina, your sleep is unfortunately is not enough to stop Tyra in a
I
stride.
rolled like 5 1s.
Yeah, a lot
Horrible.
of them. Yeah.
What would you like to
Well, Shay suggested hitting someone. She'll yell that to Savina. If you just hit Tara, we might be okay. And then he'll turn his attention towards Karnaka. How far away is she exactly?
do? She's
What if-
she's moving pretty quick.
Okay.
She's not really had anything to stop her down, so she's probably like 70 feet ahead of you at this point.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, he'll move. He'll take the javelin that was in the wolf's mouth and toss it blunt side forward.
Yep. That's cool. So you can just make a normal attack roll with the javelin, that's fine. You're familiar with the javelin enough to try and use it from that point. Okay, yeah, cool. That hits.
Can I reduce
Well,
damage since I didn't use
Yeah,
the blunt?
we'll have it do. We'll have it do half damage because you used the sort of blunt end. You sort of throw it. It just whacks Karnaka in the back of the head, jolting her sort of body forward. Oh, actually, do you have disadvantage because of the distance? I think you do. Is that how it works? Because it's beyond 30 feet.
Correct.
Alright, let me. Well, I would have moved. I'd still be on 30.
Yeah, it'd still be 40 feet, unfortunately.
Still
Still gonna hit. And it's gonna do the same amount of damage as well. So you just see as your javelin just plonks into the back of her head, forcing her forward as she sort of falls to her knees, as she just sort of starts to sort of look around, jumps up with her sort of staff in hand, and just looks around slightly confused as to what's going on. Ashby. You notice Tara out to your right still seems to be rushing ahead. And
I'm walking.
Aki
Yes,
seems
indeed,
to
I'm walking.
be... Tara starts humming to herself. Aki seems to be off to your left as well, getting deeper and deeper into the forest.
How close am I to Tara?
Tara's probably about the same... no, you're a little bit further ahead actually, so Tara's probably about 20 feet off to your right.
Oh, good. So I can run up.
Aki's probably about 30 feet off to your left.
Excellent. I will run up to Tara and I will try to just trip her up by hitting her in the kneecap with my hammer.
Oh,
Ow!
It's a light hammer.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
you hit yourself in the kneecap with a hammer.
No!
I whiff. I whiff.
Yeah, you see as you sort of...
I don't have inspiration.
Tara, how would you react to that? You see Ashby is coming towards you with a hammer towards your knee.
Can I jump over him? Just like...
Yeah. Like a sort of jump into a cartwheel?
Yeah.
I'm halfway tempted to use spiritual weapon just to try to get her out of it. But I won't. I won't.
Cool. Shay. Aki and Tara are still moving full speed ahead.
Who's more ahead? Is it Tara?
From where you are, they seem to be... Aki's probably a little bit further ahead because no one's tried to do anything to stop him yet.
Hi, Arky!
Okay, it's fine.
Whereas
I will trust
Tara's
Savina.
probably... Okay, cool.
I'm going
What
to
would you like
longbow Urky.
No!
Why?
Oh,
It doesn't matter! Yes!
Yay! Just let him one.
Arky's AC
No.
is 10.
No! Damn it! Why are you saving Urky when your friend is still running away? What the hell?
You can handle Tara.
Obviously, I can't.
You sink another arrow, this time into the hip of Urky.
Mhm.
Ah! What? What's going on?
Great.
Why am I here?
Come back over here, Urky.
Oh, this forest is beautiful! As Shantae brought me into her folds!
Oh god.
Look at this forest, guys! What's wrong with Tara?
Thank you, Shay.
I'm sorry.
Savina.
No, you're not.
Brings us
You're
back
not
round to
sorry
you.
at all.
I don't even think I can reach Tara. Like,
No,
She's
probably
just-
not.
He's just been
These
double.
She's-
foods were
gunning
made
it.
for walking. And that's just what they'll do.
I mean, any kind of damage will probably take it
Nancy
away.
Sinatra is not happy right now.
I mean, I don't feel like I should shoot Tara because I don't really have anything that doesn't hurt. Like, actually, you know what? I'll try it just because I don't feel like I want to really harm Tara. I'm gonna move my 30 feet.
Yep.
I'm then gonna use my action to summon Kelly 30 feet ahead of me.
Okay.
And hope to God she's not still charmed, even though I unsummoned her.
No, yeah, cool, that's fine, yeah. Callie can
Okay.
fine.
Okay. And then Callie's gonna fly 60 feet and try and bite Tara.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. She only needs to fly 40 feet. 'cause Tara's-
Nope.
For fuck's sake.
Callie just sort of dives down and Tara just ducks whoosh, instinctively.
No.
Hi, Callie! And just keeps sort of moving on.
Oh, fuck.
I love how Tara's just like breakdancing her way through the forest while
She's an
Yeah, I see.
unstoppable force.
we're all like
Everyone
attacking and
knows
shooting
that.
at her.
Oh.
Her mom. Tara seems to be marching ahead into the forest.
God damn it.
Well, she's really far out, and I doubt that he could get her. So he'll shout out to Urky. Just a swift strike should wake her. Quickly. And I guess, is there like a rock or something around him?
There's probably like a chunky twig.
There's a wolf skull, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You're
Try to
probably
throw a
you're far away from the
twig at
path.
her.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's
do you want me to
going to
roll
be
dexterity?
just roll. Yeah, dexterity. I think if you're going to be rolling twig. Yeah, I'll do.
Nice.
With disadvantage though, because she's so far away.
Oh, reckless attack.
Oh!
Suck it! Suck stick, kid!
You sort of just throw this stick, and it just. You put all your sort of strength and sort of finesse behind it. You're sort of lining it up like, yeah. You feel as this sort of twig just bashes into the back of your head, Tara. Roll 1d4 for me, Uramon, to determine damage.
How?
Tara, you feel this sort of slight knock to the back of the head, like someone just sort of slapped you. You sort of look around, you realize you're in the sort of midst of the forest, and there seems to be like a little twig on the floor. And Uramon, what would you be like if she was to look at you?
He has his arms kind of folded, and he's got a big smile across his face. He's proud of that throw.
She'll give him a nod, like very wow. That's far. What are we doing in the forest? Weren't we going to like winter something?
Magic.
Right.
I hate this fucking forest.
Is Karnaka still charmed? Or is she...
No, she got hit with a spear.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
she got hit in the back of the head with a spear.
Mhm. Okay, we should leave.
Can we please get out of here?
Yes, please.
The quicker the better, I would suggest as well.
Did you guys notice that there's like nice
That's nice. What?
Going to assume
music playing?
Yes, it was some sort of charm spell.
It's a little too nice to be out in the middle of the woods.
Yes.
Okay.
They did say there were packs of tribal elves and whatnot out here.
Oh, yes. Please.
Let's
It's
get out of here.
Best we leave.
Yeah, you probably Kanaka under the breath. Her breath is like fucking else, and then just sort of shoots this sort of look of sorry to Shay at the
Yeah,
same
my
time.
ear like twitches.
Cool. And that's where we'll end the session for today.
Oh.
Yay!